Thunderdome Boxing Talk. Let me know if the audio is straight. And, let me pop this chat up. Boom. And real quick, I need someone to, I need y'all to tell me your scores on Taylor Catterall. I myself missed the fucking fight. Angrily missed it. I haven't watched it yet. No Catterall Taylor needed. That's basically what I'm hearing, yeah. That's what I'm hearing. The fight sucked shit. Really? Really? Okay. Okay. I haven't really talked to him. Me and my son, we both missed it. I was sitting right in front of the TV, could have watched it, didn't even realize it was on. Until it was like the 10th round or something. And I didn't put it on. I didn't feel like someone had Taylor winning. Really? Teofimo beats Catterall. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I mean, that fight needs to happen, right? Because, you know, if you feel Catterall won the first time, then all the belts should be his. So he should really kind of be in Tio's spot, right? So just, is that Furmanek? Is that Furmanek? What up, Joe? So just, you know, run that fight, run him and Tio, settle it. Just get it over with. Obviously, Tio got to win his fight. I saw most people had it, you know, an edge for Catterall. Let me jump up here. I want to get to some of these earlier comments. Bill Haney is the biggest sore loser. Dude, yeah, it's bad. It's bad, right? He is a fucking horrible sore loser. He's such a sore loser. Even his own son's supporters make fun of him, like for being such a sore loser. It's and that's like kind of typical, but he takes it a little far, right? And Haney can try to get that 0 back and erase. I just saw a guy, I don't know what social media platform it was on, but some boxing head tweeted out a picture of like 31-1 with the 1 crossed out and replaced with the 0 for Haney. And he's talking about Haney's still undefeated. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I saw a quote. I just saw this quote today. I would love to remember who it was from, but it had some, I think it had to do with mathematics. It was on a mathematics video. But the quote was, I get sad because everyone else is so dumb. I thought it was funny. And it was like Dr. Jordan Griller or some shit. I thought it was pretty funny. I get so sad because everyone else is so dumb. Like, come on, man. Can we just stop? What did Aram say after the Catterall fight that was hilarious, considering Taylor? Oh, he was saying it was a robbery, that Taylor really should have got the nod. I had a controversial card in that first fight. I could see it going either way. I don't, but my card, when I watched the fight, the card that I scored, I actually had Taylor win in the first fight. But I know a lot of people disagree. I never rewatched it, as far as I know. I don't think, maybe I did. I think I might have actually rewatched it and rescored it and still had the same thing. I think we might have did it on stream. But I understand that, like, it was just, if you had it for Catterall, that's fine. And yo, is Taylor just done? I didn't see this fight, so I don't know his performance. But considering just L after L after L, when you really, you know, if you consider the Catterall a loss, the Catterall won a loss. I mean, that's a bad downside. Granted, he's, you know, fighting top guys, so you win some, you lose some. But I don't know. The way I saw his legs just kind of fall, like, because he did good in the first half, first Tio, right? But as soon as his legs weren't working anymore, he was kind of finished. Did his legs look good in this fight? And, or do you guys just think it's you know, he might have abused his body a bit too much? hard partying, heavy weight cuts. That'll take a toll on you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Nordic, what up? Salute. Uh, yeah, his luck will run out eventually, right? Unless they just fix every fight of his career from now on, which is a possibility, to be honest. As Nordic, they've tried, right? His luck's already ran out every time he stepped up to the next class. His luck ran out. You know, he needs luck to stay undefeated versus the second and third tier opposition. He needs luck to stay undefeated versus second and third tier opposition. It is what it is. He didn't have help versus Linares. Is Linares top tier? Just saying. You could be like, it's one fight, but he only had two other, him and Cambosos, right? 1-1, I guess. Yeah. Taylor was fun. It seems he doesn't have it anymore. That's what I was really getting at here. All right, let me catch up. You really think Claggett's going to give Tio problems? I don't know enough about Claggett myself, so I can't really say he won't. But I'm just asking, like, really, Claggett? I thought it was kind of a not a gimme fight, but something that Tio has to take serious. If he doesn't take serious, he could lose. If he takes serious, he should absolutely win, right? That's the way I would think about it. Yeah, that's it, man. It's Haney is done. It's a top tier, man. No one can honestly talk about the. No one can. No one can put this guy as an elite fighter. Still, so like I don't. I literally don't. And I was saying this 3-4 years ago. You can't put this guy as an elite fighter because he just isn't. Like, and no one can have him there now, right? Especially right because now it's just been proven over and over again. So yeah, in terms of top, the only reason people might want to see him in the ring again really is to get his ass beat again. People would want to see that again, especially if they if they reversed the O and just made it like a no contest or the one and put it as a no contest or whatever, the loss. Then people would really want to see him punished again. But I would never, ever buy a ticket or a pay-per-view to him versus any fight where he isn't supposed to get crushed because he doesn't deserve a fat payday if he isn't going up against it. The fakest undisputed in boxing history. I can't think of one worse than Haney. What about Primo Carnera? What about Primo Carnera? How about that? I can think of one. Primo Carnera. That's one. And an Italian shitting all over him, though, right? Worst undisputed ever. No, but to be funny, not to be funny, Primo actually kicked some ass. Okay, like he actually had to have real fights. Like he brutalized a couple guys in some like real heavyweight title fights. But in general, you get what I'm saying. No, but the thing with Haney is he should never even have. Okay, let's say he just dominated Linares and gets past Linares, right? When he had the opportunity to either enforce the Mando with Loma to fight for undisputed or take the email belt, and him and Suleiman, Bill Haney and Suleiman admitted on video together, they chose the email route, the email belt route, over the enforce the Mando and fight Loma for undisputed. When you turned that down right then and there, because you knew you would fucking lose, it's over. He was never undisputed from that point on because number one, he didn't want to fight undisputed because he couldn't win. So he should have never been undisputed because he should have never got the WBC email belt. He just should have got his ass beat by Loma. Like to jump from jump. Loma shouldn't have had to fight him as undisputed. It was fucking ridiculous. The guy was never undisputed in my mind. Never. When was Haney ever the king of 35? When was he ever considered the man? Like undisputed, no doubt. Everyone knows he's the guy. Never. Everyone knew Loma was the guy. Like we all know who, and still, right now, Loma is still the man. Like he's the king of 35 as of now. He's been that for a long time. There was the Teo debacle. You could have argued then if he no longer had it or not, right? But when Teo leaves, who else is there? But Haney didn't want it because he knew he would get smoked. And when they did fight, he got smoked. So it just proves he should have never had the belts to begin with. Like the dude, to call that guy an undisputed anything is a joke. He had he fought one real guy, Kambosos. One real guy. Like in his whole career and became undisputed. And he shouldn't have even had it because he should have just got whooped by Loma. You know, like, come on, man. He's a joke. He's a joke. Teo would ball Haney's ass up. Yeah. He absolutely would. Teo could. This is the one problem I have with Teo in terms of like, in the ring. He doesn't. I don't like how he closes distance. He doesn't close distance well. I still think he can close distance well enough to fuck Haney up. But I think it's going to take him 9, 10, 11 rounds when he should be able to do it inside of 4. And I'm not shitting you. Teo should be able to fuck him up inside of 4 rounds. Teo has a problem. He'll leap, come off the ground like whoof, leap with the hook, and then woof again, and then he stops. He can only do like 2 hops. You know, like just 2 hops. That's it. He never will do a third ever. But it's the third he would corner these guys and have them every time if he would just continue the progression of closing that distance. But he doesn't do it. It's like 2 hops, 2 steps, and then he stops every time. And his opponent's back is in the corner on the ropes, but he never takes that like third. It's like, come on, man. Just go. Because he's extremely explosive, fast. I mean, he got the fucking neck of a turtle, so like, he probably ain't going to get knocked out if he runs into a shot. But, yeah. Yeah, he would beat Haney's ass for sure. No one's ever cried this much over a positive test, right? And it still hasn't even been proved that. Like, I think he took something, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, there is reasonable doubt, right? There is a still doubt. The problem with it is, like, when you're putting all kinds of shit in your body, like drugs, he's at bars drinking, who knows what someone might put in his drink, even someone trying to fuck him over for a fight or whatever, right? But, you know, that all is possible. I get that. But apart from that, like, it is in your body. Like, what are you going to do at that point, right? What I would really like to see, and I would love to see this done, just take like an average Joe sportsman guy, right? Like a weekend warrior type sportsman guy, whether it's a basketball league, some sort of beer league sport, or weekend warrior boxing, something, but also, you know, a real world guy who's out and about and all that, but test him like all the time for like a year straight, but knowing that he's not intentionally taking any illegal substances, because, you know, nothing's illegal to him. I would just like to see if a normal Joe, average Joe sportsman guy fucking, blue collar dudes that likes to play sports. I would like to see if you tested a regular dude for 1 year, like how often is something going to come up in a regular guy's system? Like how often is it that the average person is going to have some illegal steroid in their system? I would like to do it to myself if I had the money. Just like, hit me with a test like every 4 days for a year. Let's see what shows up. And you have like these. I get it though, but they do these studies, right? But the studies they're not conducted the way I would really appreciate it to. It the amount of people they test and the time they test them is so small and condensed, and then they just extrapolate like a length of time off of that. Well, I would rather just have it for like a year, or get a test every week for a year and see what happens. Then I would also have a better understanding of how fucking likely is it. But yeah, I heard about his hair sample. But again, yeah, look, I don't put anything past anybody. Don't get me wrong. And I don't think a lifetime ban, like, that's a little crazy, right? A lifetime ban, like, didn't your son just got caught cheating with that 18% shit, right? So do you want a lifetime ban? And you know that this could weaponized drug testing could be flipped on the Haneys at any given time. Granted, considering their relationship with the WBC, it probably wouldn't happen. But it could, right? If they lose again and the new guy coming up, they start, Bill would have had to put a lot of money into Suleiman's pocket for him not to be like, well, we got to throw you into the gutter and help this guy out. It could be turned on him. It could definitely be turned on him. Yeah, I disagree. I agree. I personally could give a shit either way. I'm just happy that Haney got smacked up. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, people are assuming Haney isn't on shit too. Are you fucking crazy? How do you think he rehydrates so much? How do you think he cuts weight so drastically, like 30 pounds, and rehydrates and can perform like that? You can't do that. I dare you to do it with 10 pounds. Cut 10. And I bet you weigh more than Haney. Cut 10 today and then go run a mile tomorrow. Just do it. Let's see how you perform. Like, get the fuck out of here. The guy's on diuretics, fucking everything. At minimum diuretics, illegal anyway. So it's like, come on, just stop. The only way this is really insulting to the Haneys or us is if the Haneys are honorable, which they're not. So it shouldn't be insulting to us, and it shouldn't be insulting to them unless they're clean, which they cheated with the ref and the judge. So they're not clean no matter what. And their fucking rehydration nonsense, like, and that's to just pretend they're not also taking PEDs. The Haneys are the worst. They represent all that's fucking wrong with the sport. They really do. It's why, they're so bad that it's like people were happy, and the majority of boxing fans, not Mexicans or any segment, it was the majority of boxing fans as a total were happy to see a dude who was advertising coking up, drinking up, not training hard, coming in and whooping Haney's ass. They were happy for it. They were like, that's good for boxing. The Haneys and Bill Haney in particular, along with the way he schools his son and has his son behave and guide his career, the way they maneuver was worse than sniffing coke and drinking and not working out in the boxing culture. And it is worse. I agree. That is worse. You could Be a party animal, but be an honorable warrior. No doubt about it. You can be a fucking maniac, but be an honorable warrior. You have to if you're going to be respected in the combat sports realm, whatever, in just warrior culture, right? You got to be honorable. They're just not honorable. They're not honorable. That's why everyone was like, "Fuck you, get them out of here!" Like, yay! So they can cry about it all they want. That's why, yeah, being a cokehead, a drunk, all that stuff was fully fine throughout boxing history. I mean, it was like bragged about when Burley stayed up fucking drinking all night long and then went out and beat up Archie Moore in 4 rounds, drunk as a skunk. Drunk as a skunk. That was like bragged about. It's like a great thing. But you know what was never bragged about? Cherry picking, ducking, bribing judges and refs. That was never bragged about. That's the difference. Honorable, dishonorable. Honorable, dishonorable. Really? Someone made a documentary about him admitting a weight bully? I mean, you can't deny it. There is no denying it. Knocked Archie Moore down 4 times, too. Edwin Valero, all of them. Pacquiao, Morales, I mean, you name it. Mayorga, Fernando Vargas, De La, I mean, Mike Tyson, Roberto Duran, I mean, you name it. Paul Williams, I mean, every fucking guy you like was a maniac. Look at John Jones, right? John Jones even came out trying to be like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't drug, I'm a good little Christian boy. He's literally the sickest, most depraved psychopath you could like get, right? But people believe that shit. Like just because someone tells you they don't drink, they don't drug, they work hard, they're not sicko, depraved lunatics, doesn't mean that's true. All right, doesn't mean it's true. Haney's nostrils could be getting put to very good use. Like don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean he ain't doing the same shit. He just doesn't tell you he is. Ryan don't hide it. And I'm not saying he is. He probably isn't drugging and drinking. I don't think he drinks, whatever. He parties a little bit maybe, but not to the level of Ryan. But you get what I'm saying. Like, come on, man. They all fucking do it. John Jones he's the actual son of a pastor. Oh man. Oh, I think I know what happened to Jones. Keep hanging away from my pal. No, but like, who likes a super straight-laced, goody two-shoes warrior? Who likes that? When has there ever been like a goody two-shoes, straight-laced warrior who was ever a fan favorite? Like for real, for real. And I don't mean like, like people like them, like Baby Bull Juan Diaz or something, right? He was a little straight-laced, goody two-shoes schoolboy, going to be a teacher. Everyone loved that, right? But he necessarily wasn't that. But, but Pac wasn't. Pac was a complete monster savage for most of his life. Well, but was Roman a savage? Roman might have been a savage till he was like 20. And we don't really know what Roman does down in Nicaragua. But I get what you're saying. There are like, if anyone was straight laced, it probably would be like Roman Gonzalez, right? But or an Usyk or something like that. But you get the point. It's not really. I don't know why guys get hated on for. Yeah, there's a few of them, right? But you don't have to be that. The reason like guys like Roman, Pac, Usyk, Loma Golovkin are respected. It's not because of just their like outside the ring behavior. They don't get into controversies and stuff like that. It's because of how they maneuvered their careers. They didn't duck anyone. They fought everyone. They brought action. They put on a show. Like that's what made them a fan favorite. More so, like, and I'm not trying to contradict what I was saying earlier. Let me back up here, but oh damn, I went a little fast. But yeah, like we like the fucking wild dudes. Like, it is what it is. They are exciting. You know, it is what it is. Even a guy like Fury, and I got to bring Nordic on for this one because I need to understand what is all the fucking hate for Tyson Fury. I'm not like a fan or a supporter of his or anything, but I don't know why people. I see a lot of hate for this dude. Like they're like despise him, and I maybe it's like a British or UK thing. I don't know. What up, Nordic?
Yo, how's it going, Ann? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. I'm in a hotel room at the moment, so I'm using my phone for this.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as
your phone might heat up. If it does,
yeah.
I'll let you know because sometimes mine does. Mine will do it, and it'll start like static.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm away from home at the moment. How you been anyway? It's been a while, man.
Oh, good. You still in your country?
I am, yeah. I'm in Aberdeen at the moment. I'm just up on a little trip, so that's why I've not been able to make a video this weekend. Like I was gonna make one about the fight, but because I'm away, I can't.
Yeah, I right when I opened up YouTube this morning, I saw your Usyk pound for pound #1 video. I didn't get to watch that. So.
Yeah, I made that a few days ago.
I watched the one about Fury, like where should we rate Fury or whatever. I think you nailed it.
Yeah. To answer what you were saying a minute ago, though, about a lot of the kind of retroactive hate that Tyson Fury's been getting lately, my honest opinion, I think a lot of it is to do with his dad. You know, because John Fury at the moment, he's been all over the media in the UK. And his kind of PR, I think, has been a nightmare for Fury and his team and his overall brand. And I think that a lot of people, because of that, are so, like, in the build-up to the fight, and just the stuff that John Fury's been saying in the media, and, you know, just disrespecting everybody. I think a lot of people have kind of projected that onto Tyson. And the fact that Tyson has kind of kept his mouth shut and said nothing about it, it's rubbed people up the wrong way, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of allowed them to pile it on him, too.
Yeah, definitely. It's bad PR, I think. And I think a lot of people have caught on to it, you know?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, there's a lot you can criticize Tyson Fury for, and the guy's no saint. But I think a lot of people have been taking it too far. You know, I think again, it's just been a lot of bad PR, and the fact that he's lost has kind of made it worse. You know.
Yeah, I agree. People are taking it too far. Like the only argument I can really make against him is he should have taken his career a little more serious. Could have given us more fights, but you know, look, this is it's hard to even put this into words, but a fighter is who they are. Like a guy like Fury, that's exactly what you're going to get from him. He'll be a little sporadic, a little nutty at times, but then he'll lock in for moments. It's kind of like a Ryan Garcia or something. It'll happen with those types. Then you have like the just super dedicated hard worker. He's just obsessed in the gym. Like a little bit nerdy with it or whatever, but then you just have the more, you know, free spirit, how you want to put it. And he's
kind of a chaotic personality, you know. And again, it's a kind of thing you either love it or you hate it, you know.
Yeah, you can't, like, I've grown to understand. I can't like a leopard don't change its spots. I can't expect something out of a type of person that they can't be that. Like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, like Fury's never going to be the type of person that's all well-spoken and, you know, clean and he's going to have that clean media image, you know. He's never going to be that type of person. You know, he's got kind of a blue sense of humor, you know. It's just how he is.
Yeah, and it's, you know, we'll see talent. We're like, man, I wish such and such would have happened or blah, blah, blah. But that's, you know, and ifs or buts. It's you get what you get. These guys are. This is like, it's a psychological drain on these guys. Like they can only give you so much. They have to like replenish it and then come back. And, all right, I can do one more round of this. Yeah,
and if truth be told, see if the rematch does happen. I don't really expect a lot from Fury because what he showed me in the first fight was like tactically he knew what he needed to do, but he just didn't really have the mentality to go out and do it, if that makes sense. Like when he was having success in the mid rounds and he was starting to clown around and he was, landing his body shots, his uppercuts, it was going well. But then as soon as Usyk made an adjustment, it was like Fury kind of checked out. He wasn't willing to go in there, grab the fight by the scruff of the neck and really, really put it on the line. It was like, I'll just coast to the decision and hopefully I get lucky. But Usyk had no intention of getting lucky. Usyk had a different mentality. He went out there and took the victory. He took it by the balls, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought of this with like the Fury with Wilder when he got dropped and he got up and just went right at him. Like, I got to win this round, win it big, try to drop him, whatever. But when he got hurt versus Fury or versus Usyk, it was the complete opposite. It was just, all right, we're fighting for like 3 rounds. He was just like, I'm done. I'm backing off. It was a completely different mindset rather than like, oh, I just got hurt. Now I have to go hurt you. It was, I just got hurt. I don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah, it's kind of like, because it's a different type of power. Like Wilder's the kind of guy, you can be outboxing him, then he'll hit you with one good shot and it's like, crap, I made a mistake, I got caught. But with Usyk, it wasn't that he made a mistake. It was that Usyk figured him out and put a beating on him. Like that beating Fury took in round 9, he could have, I don't think there was any coming back from it. Like, because Usyk's the kind of guy, he kind of hits harder and harder as the fight goes on. And he picks up the pace as the fight goes on, kind of like Lomachenko would typically do. And I just think that it's more mentally draining for someone like Fury than it is against a guy like Wilder, who is only dangerous with one shot and can get lucky with it. It's different with Usyk.
And with Wilder, most of the round you have off. You can really do whatever you want for most of the round. You're just literally being wary of a giant haymaker. With Usyk, you have to be thinking at all times. That would definitely drain you, burn you out mentally.
I got to be honest though, I'm speechless in regards to how good Usyk is. That guy is a legend. He really is.
Yeah. I hope people understand like just how good this guy is. It's phenomenal. Like I expected, like I was saying, this is gonna be like a legendary fight. I just knew with these two guys, they're both going to bring it. One would, I thought Fury would end up breaking. I actually said I would be surprised if I thought Fury would last. And I was. I thought he actually did really good at the end there. But I was so looking forward to that fight, and it did not let down. But with Usyk, like I watched my son, he got like super quiet in the middle rounds when Usyk's taking a beating, right? And he's not just taking a beating because he's applying pressure the whole time, still making Fury just work. But to see him, like, because I think he was hurt to the body a couple times, hurt to the head a couple times, and just kept persevering and pushing through all of that. Like that's what legends are made of.
Exactly.
Like, that is the reason Gaddy and Ward are Gaddy and Ward, honestly. Like Gaddy's Gaddy, like, and Ward is Ward, but they got that next bump because you saw them push and keep overcoming. Fury started to overcome, but I think he only did it because he knew it was the end of the fight and it's the 12th round. Might as well go out with a bang type thing.
Yeah.
If he would have started pushing a little earlier, he probably would have went down. But Usyk proved, he'll keep pushing through whatever and find a way to win. And I can't say that enough about him. The guy doesn't lose. He doesn't know how to lose. And not in like this Floyd Mayweather doesn't know how to lose, like, because he picks who he picks and when he fights him and all that. No, he just whoops your ass. Like, fair and square, doesn't know how to lose, fair and square.
And does it on the road, too.
Yeah, like, you don't come. Like, it's so hard to compare someone to this guy. Period. Like, he's damn near, right now, he is in a class on his own. Like, right now.
And he did it against a guy who had a 40-pound weight advantage, like a 6-inch height advantage. Guys, I've never seen anything like that before. Like from Usyk.
Great, and not like Valuev, big goofy guy.
No, a guy who can actually box,
Yeah, a good ass fucking fighter. of
People
March.
forget, people forget how good Tyson Fury is. Nobody's beaten him prior to Usyk. Bigger men, guys who are well over 6'4", 240 odd pounds, weren't able. Like Vladimir Klitschko, 6'6", 245 pounds. He wasn't able to beat Fury. Neither was Wilder. Neither was any of these big guys who he fought. Usyk was able to not only do it, but do it convincingly. I'm
A
impressed,
lot of
man.
guys, they get in front of him and literally kind of just shit their pants. He's huge.
Exactly.
He's fucking huge, and you're wondering why they're just standing in front of him. They don't want to get knocked fucking stupid. They'll probably get knocked stupid anyway, but yeah, it's what happens, man. I mean, look, and I said this on your video about him. The one thing with Fury is he is capable, on his best night, he is capable of beating anybody ever. Anybody ever. He has just as good of a shot as beating them as they have beaten him, really. And he has a legit fair shot over anyone. And that's all you can ask for. That's really all you can ask for. The rest is up to you to now go give it. He could, he could bring it, man. I was never one of these guys to say he's would be the greatest ever or anything like that. But understand, that's a monster task. And to do it to AJ twice as well, then Fury, plus the Chisoras, come on, man.
It's incredible, man. That's the thing. I kind of don't even know what else to say about it. I'm just kind of speechless. Even you look at, and I said this at the time, fighting Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora had a 30-pound weight advantage on Usyk and used every single pound of that advantage and still wasn't able to beat him. And the fact that he was able to do that and then go on and beat a guy who's a completely different style in Anthony Joshua, big guy, big puncher, textbook fighter, beat him at his own game, essentially. Now he's beaten a guy in Fury who's kind of a mixture of the two. He's rugged and dirty like Chisora is, but he's also massive, like AJ is. Usyk just seems unbeatable right now. Like you were saying before, the guy refuses to lose, whoever he's in with,
Yeah. Yeah, it was. He got half of his arsenal just taken away by Fury. I don't know if people understand that Fury took away half of his arsenal, and he still found a way to win. He still found a way to win.
Do you know what was fascinating too? See, during the fight, I think it was during round 5 or something, Fury started to land hooks to the body. I think I talked about this in my video. He started landing hooks to the body. And Fury did something that he's done ever since his pro debut. If you watch his pro debut, he does this. He'll bend at the waist and he'll throw really crisp, really sharp hooks to the body. And then what he'll do is he'll get you to watch for them, and then he'll come up with uppercuts. And he caught Usyk with some beautiful uppercuts. And I don't think Usyk really knew what to do in that situation. He couldn't avoid those punches. But you'll notice Usyk,
he was lost for at least a solid round. It might have been.
Yeah.
He was just walking forward, trying to figure. I've been there. He was just trying to find something, figure something out.
And that's the thing. Usyk decided to sell out. He decided, I'm going to apply more pressure. I'm going to work the body. I'm going to take risks here because I have to. And he did. And the way he came back in that 9th round was, man, he put a battering on Fury in that 9th round.
Usyk even started jumping off his feet, leaping, like Superman punching, just jumping, bow, just to reach him. I was like, oh shit! He's selling out. Yeah, he was really going
crazy, man. And so much for Usyk not having power,
Yeah. I'd like to know what you thought about this. XA said Fury tried to outbox Usyk instead of taking the fight to him.
Yeah,
I think that's smart. I think if he takes the fight to him, he gets hurt.
He's using his attributes. He's using his height and reach.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to walk Usyk on the shots. Look, every time Fury, think about this. You're basically saying he should close the distance and be right inside with Usyk, right? Every time he was against the ropes, close to the ropes, close to the corner, in the corner, he was losing. Every time they were close together, he was losing. So what is that? Why would you purposely like lengthen the amount of time you're like shoulder to shoulder with this guy. You clearly want to keep him the fuck away and try to walk him onto shit.
Yeah, it's easy to see what he was trying to do, you know?
He had success doing that, but, because what he tried to do is he went in and tried to just be like a loosey-goosey boxer, which I knew was going to happen, and he was going to get outboxed, and then he was going to start to get a little meaner, and it would get a little ugly, but Usyk should overcome, which he did, but it's like the every strength, like Nordic was saying, every strength and asset Fury has, he's literally given up if he marches forward. The weight clearly wasn't really a factor. And it wasn't because Fury didn't try to use it. He got pushed around. The weight wasn't like it wasn't going to have the effect that people maybe thought it would or hoped it would for Fury's camp or something.
Yeah, that was one thing that did surprise me was that Usyk seemed very, very strong on the inside. Like he seemed to be able to handle himself in close. I wasn't expecting that. Not as much as what happened anyway.
I saw him push. I'll never forget it. I saw Usyk push Fury with just his left hand, one arm right in his chest, threw Fury back into the ropes. While like Fury was leaning forward on him and got pushed, I was like, "Holy shit, this dude's strong."
Yeah, he must have done a lot of strength training for the fight.
Usyk did that on purpose to like show him too. Like, I'll fucking launch you if I want. He probably couldn't do that repeatedly. It would have gassed him, but a good little. I'm strong too. What up, G?
Yeah, dude. Usyk, I want to say you guys have been on point with everything you've been saying, but dude, Usyk has underrated power. It's kind of like a Pacquiao power where it's like he doesn't use it to like one-shot you or put full-on damage, but he likes to use it for accumulation. Although if he wanted to like drop you on the point, he very likely could. But due to his style and the way he fights, he prefers to just accumulate the damage.
Yeah, one thing we were talking about this a couple streams ago, like someone saying they think his power is underrated, and I was like, well, I think it's really right where it belongs. But to clarify it even more was his left hand is a big punch. That has real power. His right, not so much. But so it's like his right hand is where like the average boxing head rates his power, but the left is a little above because there's a clear difference in power. His best punch is bar none the fucking left, the left hook, really.
Yeah, I think his straight left is pretty good too. That was the punch that started the combination in round 9. Where he hurt Fury. It was kind of he sort of looped the straight left over Fury's right hand. If you notice, it was peach of a shot.
Yep. No, yeah, I think you just nailed it there. So Usyk will line him up easy if he comes forward. Fury will start out, if he starts out coming forward aggressive, he'll probably bag a few rounds, but get timed and end up getting stopped. Yeah, that's probably what would happen. I actually think that's if he kept with the game plan as he starts getting timed. Because it's like, this is kind of what I said, is that would happen. But he's going to start getting tagged and then start trying to box again. Yeah. So, yeah. And I think that's possible that in the rematch, he's going to come out aggressive, get zapped, and revert right back to boxing. That ain't going to win. He's going to get brave again and try to come forward again, get zapped again.
See, that's the thing that's intriguing me, Anne. Like, if they do have a rematch, surely Fury knows he's going to have to sell out in the rematch.
I don't want it. Look, I'll be honest. This is me as a fan. I'm being selfish here, and this is why. Someone did something so amazing as Usyk did, and it's not because look, and I have to just say this. It's not because he's white and undefeated, and I want to be like, a white undefeated guy's the greatest ever. I could do that with Rocky Marciano if I wanted. I could do that with Usyk right now. I'm not doing that. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm just like how he handled his whole career.
I'm doing that when he retires.
Look, that's not even the real reason. It's just I don't want to see someone who did it the right way, achieved everything they wanted. There's nothing left to achieve. Why continue and end up just getting fucked over? Why? I don't want to see that happen. So just don't even do it. Retire.
I can tell you one thing, and like
I'm going to be so nervous that Fury will just end up. He can knock Usyk out, and no doubt about it. So if he lands on him, boom, it's like holy shit. It's all like, what was it all for? Like honestly. Like,
I don't want Usyk's career to end kind of the way Sergey Kovalev's did. I don't want him to end with getting hit to the balls and
Go out right now. Just it's Pacquiao's white enough for me. Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, Pacquiao might as well be white, man.
No, but for real, like that's how I see it. Like there's nothing left to achieve. It's just money at this point. You've always said it's not about the money. So, like, stand on it. Just walk off into the sunset. Like, it can't be done any better. It can't be, like, they're like, oh, my God. It can't be done any better.
I mean,
knock him out in the third round of a rematch brutally. It won't be any better. You'll just be like, yeah, that was kind of supposed to happen, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man.
Hey, how was everybody?
What's up? Doing good?
Yeah, how's it going,
man? All good, man. All good. I mean, I agree with it, especially like now that Usyk is basically gonna get stripped from the IBF, bro. Like, you're not gonna get same recognition. Like, you're not gonna be the undisputed. You're just gonna be the unified world champion again. Unless,
sorry, go ahead.
Bring this up. Usyk did look like he was about to get walked through. I was watching it. I wasn't saying anything. I'm in my head, like, because I'm expecting Usyk to find a way to overcome it. Thankfully, he did. But while it was happening, I was like, man, Fury's a monster, bro. Like, he finds a way to win, too. And he came back.
I was about to say the same thing.
Swinging. You can't hate on the guy. He was fucking Usyk. And how great is Usyk? He was punishing him. He had Usyk lost in there. He didn't know what the fuck to do.
I mean, when Fury decided to let his hands go, with uppercuts, and he was hurting. He hurt Usyk.
Yeah,
he did. He was, because I just watched the fight because I was like, I heard like all the commentators all around like YouTube and stuff, because I'm injured, so I don't go anywhere. So, so yeah, I heard like. All around the table, because everybody has different opinions. I respect everybody's opinion. Some people say like it was a draw. It was some people said Fury won. This and that, and I was like, well, in my opinion, it was a competitive, but it was a clear winner. Like, it was competitive. I would say.
I agree.
Even without the knockdown. I mean, I had it on my scorecard. I had it I had Usyk by 2 rounds plus the knockdown. I had it 8-4.
Same here.
I watched it again today. I had it 8-4.
8-4, 7-5. I'm fine with both of them. Yeah.
Without the knockdown, I had it 7-5. Had it 7-5. But the thing is, it might be misconstrued because the thing is, Fury swept the middle rounds. He swept the middle rounds.
Absolutely.
Like, he took those rounds like by their nuts. But after that, I don't know if he started getting hurt.
In the nose. He got punched in the nose. Everything changed instantly.
But if hopefully, like, we can like share the screen. No. Probably, we can stop. Anyhow, you can tell like Usyk was aiming on for something. Like, he was aiming for something, So 5. Yeah. I mean, 9-3 is kind of no.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with it. As long as you got Usyk winning, I don't care. It's as long as the right guy wins, it's fine. Just don't be a little.
No, yeah, and that was funny. Like, they were trying to rob him too. But here's the thing, though. I think they tried to do it with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney as well, but they didn't. They were supposed to do the draw. You know what I mean? So you only need the other 2 judges to disagree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Canelo, just Canelo Triple G1. You throw a draw. You only need the other 2 judges to disagree. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's a draw. That was
To be perfectly honest, see the Ryan Garcia fight. I honestly, this is my honest opinion. I think Ryan Garcia was supposed to throw that fight, and he didn't. He didn't follow the script, and they're punishing him for it. That's genuinely what I believe.
I
Just
think
my
so.
opinion.
That
I'm
might
kind
be
of thinking so. I'm
Oh,
kind of thinking so too. Apparently, according to the tests,
that is funny. That might be possible.
here's the thing: when someone, this is what my dad told me. Like, when he doesn't take stuff, he's never been in competitive sports, but he knows about sports. You know what I mean? But he
yeah.
he even told me, like, dude, that doesn't make sense that he got the positive test the day before and the day after. Steroids don't work where it's like one day.
It's
No,
anything to erase a loss from Haney's record. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen it before.
I agree with your dad all the way. And specifically, Ostarine, you're really not going to see any benefits unless you have it in your system for like really like a month at least. But it wasn't that he just had it in his system for a couple of days because, well, not necessarily. He may have had it in his system since 5 minutes after his last test, which was like a couple weeks earlier, right? But chances are he didn't. Just, I think he took something myself, just not Austrian.
I think he took something. I think he took something.
Austrian.
But the thing is, and I'm gonna be honest. Like I've been boxing for a while, but overall, Austrian, like you worth all this money, you wanna take Austrian? Like nah.
Exactly.
That's the thing though. Like that's like the that's like one of the.
Put it this way, and let me know. I'll go. I have no problem fighting someone on Austrian. I don't care if you're on Austrian. Take it all you want. I literally don't care.
It's the kind of thing that bodybuilders take.
I have 8 weeks to train.
Correct.
You have 8 weeks to train. I bet Austrian doesn't save you. Like that's
No.
all. That's all I'm saying. Like it's not helping you, bro. It's not
Listen,
helping you. Like
Listen,
fucking Austrian. Like
I
what are you-
was there. Listen, I was there at the fight. Ryan Garcia, he was just conditioned enough to get to the 12.
yeah.
Like that dude was breathing through his mouth in rounds he was winning, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like that's not somebody on steroids. Like he didn't have a pack, he was not ripped, he was just big, he was just the same size as Haney, and Haney didn't know what the fuck to do. That was that was plain and simple. That's all what happened. Like, bro, like, and here's the thing though. I went Northic Warrior. I don't know how it didn't strike me on my head before, but yeah, he obviously upsetting somebody. Because here's the thing though, Devin Haney and some other fighters like Shakur, to me they industry plants. The industry plants.
That is what
As-
that's
Yeah,
what,
bro.
Absolutely.
As soon as I saw,
that's
bro,
what,
as soon as I
that's
saw,
what Devin Haney is. That's what Devin Haney is. Like
bro, as soon as I saw you were associated with Drake, I was like, nah. That's it. Yeah, that's it. As soon as I saw like the OB whole bullshit, like I was like, nah, bro, like that's it. Like that's it. Like
do you this is a good question, Papa Burner. Do you think Fury's gonna come in more nervous? I don't think he'd come in nervous at all in the rematch. Because okay, I was literally just thinking about this. I've never fought someone twice that I lost to. So I don't have that personal experience to rely on what it would feel like, but I have done it where I've been the victor and rematched, right? And every time there was no doubt in my mind I'm winning. None. It wasn't even conceivable I could fucking lose. I lost every time, right? But it really does a number on you. And I can only imagine right now I can't recall one where they won in the second fight either. So it really does a number on your mental, man.
it does.
I wouldn't expect him to be nervous. I think he would be more just accepting though. I'm not nervous about what's to come because I know what's coming. I'm very aware almost of what's coming. I'm just kind of more.
Be right back.
I think they really are just more accepting of the defeat the second time. It's really weird.
I mean, for Fury, I think he just won the rematch because of money. Like, bro, he just made $100 million, my guy. Like, come on. Like, of course, I'm gonna take the fucking rematch. But the thing is, and you're right, it takes a number of you. Like, bro, I have borderline 300 amateur fights, right? So I fought guys maybe 5 times, the same guy 5 times sometimes. Like you have some small rivalries. I was a rival for this guy from Jamaica. I couldn't stand this guy. He had crushing bone power, and the thing is, I mean, probably I lost, but the thing is, as a fighter, like, bro, I didn't accept that fucking loss, bro. And then on the rematch, you know, I lost again, and I was like, oh my god, man, bro, I couldn't sleep for a week thinking about this guy. You know what I mean? And the next
I
two
still think
times,
about guys, bro. I still think about guys.
no, hear me out. Because here's the thing: when I was in the amateurs, I used to get robbed a lot. Because the thing is, they didn't respect me much. Because simultaneously, I was playing baseball, right? But because the thing is, my father didn't want me anything like no time to be on the streets or nothing. School, boxing, baseball, back home. You know, like that was my childhood. I'm not a street dude. I'm not, like none of that. I can survive in that environment, but anyhow, the third time I see this guy, I win. Oh, finally! But the thing is, I have to see him again because we're moving up in weight, and that's after when you get like your little spring around like 15, 16.
Yes,
Bro, next time I stop this guy, bro. I felt like I won the world. I felt like I won the World Cup
I bet.
in his backyard in Jamaica, bro. Like,
I bet that would have been.
bro, I felt like I won. Like I stopped him with a body shot, bro, with a nasty left hook to the body.
How did
I'm
you
so,
feel? How did you feel? What were your thoughts going into that fight?
I was afraid.
Went down, nervous. What?
Nervous as fuck. Before the fight, I was nervous as fuck, man. I was nauseous. I didn't eat. I was nervous. I had a panic attack. But
Yeah,
once I get into these ropes, I was like, "Yo, I don't have anywhere to go."
yeah,
So
that's
all
it.
that shit went to the ground. I didn't think nothing. I just was thinking about ripping these guys off,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I stopped them, man. I stopped them on the second round on the from 3 rounds. I stopped on the second.
Oh man.
I think nerves are a complete waste of energy going into a fight. Like you're better off without them. Just relax, you know.
And yeah, but it's easier said than done, right?
Way
Yeah, it's
easier said than
difficult to
done, bro.
control.
Especially when you're young. The thing, especially when you're young, it's like, oh my god. Yeah, you
Now
you could feel
after
like you could tell the younger kids like relax, chill. Like, dude, you've done this every day in the gym. It's no different. Just
And
relax.
listen, I'm gonna tell you like a little tip. This is when you know that this new generation got a whole bunch of bitches. Because the thing is, after your 21st, I don't know what the rules are now, but back in my days was after the your 21st amateur fights, you can take the headgear off. So now you see these guys deep into like the 200s, and they don't take that
Yeah,
fucking shit off. You know what I mean? On big guys, I understand it. But on smaller ways, my guy, like, come on. Like it's not
I
because you're
agree.
still wearing like big ass gloves. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I just
I,
still
I
wear
prefer
the
I
shirt.
prefer not wearing it if truth be told, but some coaches don't let you, you know.
When I went to Germany, they didn't wear it. Most of the tournaments in the USA that I had, they all wear it. Because the thing is, I mean, you have to understand though, and it might
I don't
sound
know
like a
your age.
slide.
There was like a 25-year stretch where you had to wear headgear at all times.
Yeah, no, when you're a certain age, yeah, you do, but after like 15, 16, like that, it's a choice before the fight because you have to like make sure the gloves are the same and shit like that.
Well, yeah,
Just the
yeah.
gloves, just the
Now,
gloves is gonna be the color. Yeah, like you can pick your own gloves and shit like that. Like, like you have to wear the
I'm glad
gloves
you.
pretty much as sponsor that they're
I'm
being sponsored.
also, I'm also glad you brought up how much you would get robbed in the amateurs because I know people will harp on the pro stuff, but yeah, you'll never see the amount of robberies like anywhere that you'll see in the amateurs. It's disgusting. Just
Yo,
blatant.
I have a personal vendetta
blatant.
with Felix Diaz, man. I hate that dude, but
Yeah.
personally, he's a couple of years older than me, but I just hate him, like, because I never couldn't get him again. Because
And
we like
Anthony,
won
see
one,
see see in the
we won
UK
one in the
now, amateur
amateurs.
boxing, one punch and it's over. I'm not even kidding. Soon as they land a punch, a referee stops it. Every
No,
single
but
amateur tournament you'll go to, it's all TKOs now, nearly.
no, but let me tell you something though. Also you have to understand too. Most of these guys, and it's no disrespect, there's nothing wrong with it. Life is life. Your circumstances are your circumstances, and that don't mean you're a bad person or weak. But the thing is, in the crowd, I always peep that it's always mothers in the crowds when I was competing like in Florida, in like New York.
Yeah.
But when I was in like Germany, it was all dads, like all pot belly Germans with beards.
That's
Like,
yeah. That's a big difference, and that's what I was just thinking when Nordic just said that. I'm like, well,
the thing is, it was not like the crowds.
how are
It was,
they going to develop? Number one, and number two, like, what's that saying to them? Like, as soon as you get punched, you quit. You know.
Mate, I uploaded a video on my channel, and I can't remember if it's still there. It's I went to an amateur tournament in Nottingham, and I'm not even kidding, mate. Nearly every single fight was a TKO. The guy who was winning gets hit with one shot, and the referee waved it off. And so some of the guys who got prematurely stopped were the home fighters as well. And I don't even think it's corruption. I literally think it's the curriculum now. I think referees are trained to where if you see a guy, like if you see a guy's head snap back once, you stop the fight. That's kind of how they're trained now.
Yeah, I think that would kind of have to be the case. I would think that would be like an edict that's kind of passed down. Like, hey, start tightening up on these, fights. Hopefully, they don't do that as the tournaments get more significant.
And it ruins people's careers.
But I'm gonna let you something know though. Since in those countries they don't have like major sports like NBA and shit like that, but they see boxing like like their sport. You know what I mean? Like they do like big tournaments. You have sponsorships. Like in reality, if you can make as an amateur over there, bro, like you fine. Like you can be like an amateur superstar and make a living off of it.
That's especially the case in Germany. In Germany, a lot of them, it's kind of like a full-time job. You know, these guys, they get paid to box. You know, they're kind of on the books. You know, it's different over here.
Yeah, like you get sponsored like by Adidas and like
exactly. You don't have to work a day. You literally box for a living.
The dude, the Shakur is gonna fight. He was based of Germany.
Who should go fighting next? I don't even know.
The dude that Frank Marin for last, Hartuzian, Artem.
I just heard he has a fight coming up.
I think, bruh, because here's the thing though. I seen Shakur Stevenson in the gym. Like I seen this motherfucker, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of a slip. He doesn't really like spar that much. Like he doesn't. Like he spar with like his little brothers.
Because he's very comfortable with punches coming at him.
I remember like me and like a couple of guys got kicked out of the of his gym back when he was under Andre Ward. Like we were going there. There's a gym called Different Breed in Teaneck. Like you're gonna see a lot of like great coaches going there, and also on the WBG. Yeah, on WBG as well. Like
you see, I've heard of it.
And WBG as well. That's where Coach Anthony's based from.
I know him.
The WBG, yeah. Like we were there, sport partners. I think he was going to fight either Pitufo. I think he was at 126. I know he was in the lower weights. It's been a while ago, almost 10 years ago. And I remember it wasn't me. It was I don't remember this kid's name, but he's a Korean professional. But he hit him with like a right hook to the body or something, and we got kicked out. Like,
really?
No, he got hurt. Like, yeah, he got hurt, and we got kicked out. Oh no, we can have you guys, because we training. We cannot spend la 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 la. Like we cannot harm these kids. Value this of money. And
we're here.
That's the first time. That's the first time I saw Prince. Prince was there.
Fake confidence.
Wait, Prince said that?
Nah, he was there. Like he showed up like before we left, like right before we left. Because we didn't leave like automatically. Like we stayed training, but we left at the end of the day. Because we're like, nah, we are already here, bro. Like look at all this fucking equipment. Like,
what were the ages? What were the ages? What were their ages and your ages?
I mean, I'm 30 now. At the time, I was like 24, 25. The other guys were like younger than me, like 18, 19. I was there mostly like as support, like coaching and stuff,
They were like 18, 19 though?
Me? No.
No, everyone else?
Yeah, everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Because all those guys, no, because all the guys that went, they were coming up. The only guy was there like as support, like training, as experienced guy, like little here showing guys like here and there. It was
Yeah.
me and a couple of more guys. I was just there as a bet, pretty much. And the other kids were like the blue chip prospects, and he got hit with a body shot, and we got kicked out. That was the whole story. He got hit with
Bro,
like in like 1 minute and 30 seconds into the first round. I swear to God, and boom, we got kicked out. His grandpa was like complaining, and no, his stepfather, I think. I don't know. Like
You don't like it to the body, huh?
he doesn't. His uncle actually trains at the WBG. He's actually based from that gym. And the
with
thing
all due
is, that's when you.
respect,
Hmm?
with all due respect, I've always questioned his vulnerability, and that kind of
I
answers my
always
question.
that's the thing though. I think my personal opinion, this is his last weight division. He's not gonna go 140 or 147 like everybody been saying, hyping this kid up. He don't have the power. He don't have the full speed, and he don't have the overall fundamentals to do it.
To be honest, I got better things to do than ever watch a single fight of his. I've never watched one. I never will.
He was a little bit exciting when he was at 126 because he was obviously he was hurting the little kids,
Yeah.
the little midgets. But and even
He's an
then,
Amero bum, let's be honest. He's a feather-fisted, limp-wristed
Listen.
slapper,
listen, I'm gonna give you the right comp for Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. It's not Floyd Mayweather. It's not Pernell Whitaker. It's not Willie Pep. No, it's Robert Easter Jr. They are the same guy. A guy like Mikey Garcia, come forward, jab hook, aka Mikey Garcia against Robert Easter Jr., aka Devin Haney against Ryan Garcia. Same same exact flow. Somebody with fundamentals, know how to box, and know how to time you're done. And here's the
I'll go
thing,
one
though.
step further. Anybody that's got any power whatsoever who just walks forward and lets their hands go is not going to lose to someone like Devin Haney or Shakur because the guys ain't got no power. They're just limp-wristed slappers,
Listen, I pray because he's all get overturned because he's gonna go with that false sense of confidence. Because remember, he didn't lose; he got cheated. Ryan cheated. He didn't lose. He got.
I think it's going to be a long time until Devin Haney has another real fight.
I'm with you,
they're
man.
going to be very selective with his opponents now.
I can't stand Ryan Garcia. I can't stand that fucking kid. To me, he's one of those Californian little, pansexual faggots. Oh shit. I shouldn't say that. Sorry. Anyhow, no, because we might get like because I'm from doing it from StreamYard, so I forgot we're in YouTube. So
No, don't worry about it.
anyhow, to me, nah, I can't stand that kid. But I was so happy when he got his ass whooped by this clown specifically, because I remember all the press conference. He was like, "Oh, he's not on my level. This, and that's." Like, bro, you're not really that technical, my guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're not. Like, and at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia, and I hate to say he was right. I've been boxing my whole life. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
This is the thing, Jose. Even with how not a fan or a supporter of Ryan Garcia in any way.
oh hell no.
Still happy he beat Haney's ass though.
Yeah, we'll always have that. If we ever get a little bit depressed, you can watch it.
Hold on. To make it sweeter,
heads, he doesn't like Ryan doesn't represent like righteousness in the boxing community or anything like that.
He's a Californian Christian.
Yeah, that's a good one. I gotta use that. A California Christian.
Californian Christian, he do everything that the word says he does. He never read the Bible. But he said
Christian.
He says God, whoever God that is, because it's not from the Bible. Because that's the thing, though. Like, he quotes God, and then all of a sudden he says, fuck you. He drinks a beer, smokes weed. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. He's a Scientologist.
He doesn't understand the concept of repentance and salvation and the triune God of the Holy Bible. He definitely doesn't know Jesus.
Hey, I'll give him that.
I don't care what he says.
He might be.
He doesn't know his father, which is Oscar de la Hoya.
Here's the thing. He
No
probably wants.
efficiency.
Here's my thing with him. He probably wants to be, but he just doesn't have the right guidance for that.
That's what I think too. Yeah. I think he's on the right path, but yeah, he has all.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something though. As much they give this kid slack, Fist, I'm gonna give him the little bit of slack of he was right. You don't know what's making $100 million at 25 years old. So
Mhm.
of a little bit, I think like when he gets older and he gets a couple of overdoses, he get AIDS and shit like that. He's going to be like giving advices to kids. He's going to give
Listen,
like a
if he's
good,
been hanging around with Oscar, he's probably already there. You know?
At least Oscar was doing everything with bitches.
Yo,
These
but
kids
give
we
him
don't know.
Was he? Was he though?
in fucking Olstein's church giving a testimonial when he
Exactly. Yeah, with Kanye West and
That's horrible, bro.
with Kim Kardashian at church. These
Yeah.
witches, like
Well, when they're like 60 years old. If I knew better, like motherfucker.
oh man. If you had known better, wear protection, don't do orgies with like 500 men. If you want to indulge into gay sex,
No, yeah.
Do you reckon there'll be a rematch between Haney Garcia? Do you reckon there's enough demand for it?
he doesn't have. Listen, Haney doesn't have many options, my guy. Everybody knows already who he is, and two, they're already exposing a whole bunch of shit. Because here's the thing, though, like everybody's not gonna be stupid forever. His fans will be, but not everybody. And they're already catching up of he's over rehydrates. They're already catching up on that because I think I saw some documentary like they push at him. He rehydrating over 25 pounds or some shit when you're only supposed to do 15% of your weight. Like he's going there like a fucking super middleweight and stuff.
Super middleweight, yeah. Super middleweight.
And now like he's getting suit too. So
That ain't going to be doing his body any good though in the long run.
yeah, but he's with Bellator contest, so he has a lot of
Yeah, pharmaceutical help, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's with his body as much.
Listen, I have. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
And what was he? Oh, the rematch. Okay. If they do erase that loss, which I actually think they're going to do for him, I do. I think the WBC is going to erase that loss and make it a no contest. And that's going to give him his O back. That alone generates hype for a rematch. It really does. Because you got all the bad blood. It's even badder blood now. Then you got, with all the PED allegations, the cheating, all the controversy on both sides, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you took my win away. That is a ton of bad blood, which is always good for a rematch. The question becomes, do the Haneys want that rematch, though? You know what I mean?
The reason I ask him is because I could totally see Ryan Garcia being put in a position where if they have the rematch, he reads the script, if you know what I mean.
Possible. It's possible.
For the right price.
Look. And this is when you find out if he's really on the right path.
Yeah.
And
And then the boxing media afterwards tells us, see, that's what would have happened had he been clean.
Oh my god!
So Anthony,
that's terrifying, Nordic. That is terrifying to think about.
look, Anthony, look at this. Bam.
He got some
Negative.
snack.
Oh man, bro, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Victor Conta, he know what the fuck he's doing, man. Cause I have to be feeling great.
Do you want to see my PEDs, Dan?
That's the best advert you can get.
Jesus.
He needs to give you free supplements, man. He really does. That was
Oh God.
Here, Ant,
It
here's
was
my PED.
Dude,
That's a Scottish PED.
you need to snip that and send it to him.
My
knows
guy,
what
I've been
to
feeling
I
great.
feel great. That's awesome.
Jesus, man. No, he knows what the hell he's doing. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah, he definitely does. Yeah, for sure.
Do you reckon
Especially
Haney gets IV
I would
injections the day before the fight to dehydrate himself?
listen. That's when you know some of these guys ain't like on special shit. You know, Fundora, he's on the snack program too. And remember when he got hit on the nose, he was bleeding like a fire hydrant. What do you
in blood.
think that when you put oxygen in your blood, what do you think happened, man? You become a bleeder.
It thins your blood. That's what it does. It's like blood
Yeah,
thinners,
exactly.
isn't it? So,
Yeah,
Because
like,
I
if you
got
get cut, you bleed profusely because of it.
I got a little bit of a cut, like like lifting weights, and I was bleeding like a damn fire hydrant, bro. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Then I remembered that
that
yeah, what I took.
hypo-oxygen.
Oh God, no, but I had energy for days, dog, like for days. I
Helps
I don't
increase the
remember.
blood flow, doesn't it?
Oh
There it
yeah,
is.
oh yeah.
This is hold on, look, and this is obvious. Like I was saying, like I noticed obvious benefits from just creatine. Just creatine, I had more endurance and I was physically stronger. My max was greater just after taking it for like a week. And I never went down the whole route of doing too much stuff. I was like a staunch believer in being natural, even though I smoke weed all the time, whatever, it's retarded. But like in supplement terms, um, but you would notice benefits from them. That's what I was saying. Like, how do you justify what is like a legal PED to an illegal? Because like hypooxygen, it might do wonders for like Jose's
Endurance.
biochemistry, his body physiology. It might not really have much of an effect on me, but like I might drink one cup of coffee and get gassed out of my mind, right? He might drink one cup of coffee and it doesn't really do much for him. So it's, there's no one size fits all for any of this stuff. First of all,
Exactly. Is caffeine a PED? I mean, it should
Yeah,
be by that standard, you know.
it is. Like I have these Excedrin migraines. They have caffeine in them, right? If I would take 4 of them at once, I'd normally take 2. But if I took 4, I would be illegal. Like I'd be on a PED, right? It don't make me feel good at all. I hate it. It makes me like stiff, jittery. I'm like a nervous wreck. I don't like it at all. But someone else might feel wonderful, right? So yeah, it's a little weird, but
I mean, should pre-workouts be banned? You know, I mean, they're essentially PEDs. You
they
know?
are.
I mean, they're all sponsored by this, and that thing is poison. The C4 shit, that shit is poison, man. Like, never drink that shit, man. That shit is poison.
Yeah, and I just want real quick. I have to address this. The loss will not get reversed. Just look at Bumgardner, trained by Bill Haney. Good case study. Plus, that loss won't get reversed because there's some sort of machine back in Ryan too. Yeah, the Golden Boy machine for sure. But the look, what I have seen, okay, and I don't know where this connection comes from. In my conspiracy brain, I literally think it's a yayo connection. I'll just say that right now. I'll just put it out there. But Haney has a connection to Soliman or Soliman's people going back 15 years. Like literally 15.
I must explain you that relationship right now, Anthony. Here's what happened. In 2014, that was the last,
Hold on
Olympic.
1 second. So hold on. Haney, Devin is Bill's son. All right, Bumgardner, that's just a fighter. That's just his son to a fighter, and he's been putting money to make sure his son doesn't get, to make sure his son gets preferential treatment if needed or whatever. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm explaining you what happened with Devin Haney's career, pretty much. The guy in the amateur who was portrayed to be the guy in the pros who got signed directly to the pros was Ryan Garcia, right? Devin Haney got his ass whooped in the 2014 Olympics in the first round. He got a because I was there. That was the last time like it was like the Olympics. I think for the USA. I think they took it out. Anyhow, Devin Haney got his ass whooped. Didn't get signed by anybody. No sponsor. No nothing. Right? His ass is rich. Nobody cares about it. And good. He goes to Mexico. Why? Because you don't really have to be sanctioned to fight.
Yeah, and you can be underage.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, I heard that rumor that he had a loss way before Progress said it. Way before,
So did I.
like circa like 2019. I heard that shit. Like way back. Like
Same.
he lost some just Jesus some guy. Like but it was not televised, and you can
Pay a couple
give some
bucks.
money to the right people
Yeah.
because that's Suleiman people at the end of the day in Mexico. But
Yeah,
that's how.
this is a little town hall venue. Like they'll write whatever you want on the
But
paper.
also, no. Also, this is the reason why David Haney is so favored by Suleiman. They have a long history of him giving him statements. For rankings. So
Yeah.
the way he got into the mainstream was because of Suleiman.
Yes.
Suleiman got Devin Haney into boxing pretty much. He got the Haney's into boxing, but also Bill Haney had connections like Sab Yuda. He is his I think they're like cousins or something, but they kind of related.
That would
Because
help explain what got him even pointed in that direction.
I
But
seen Devin.
can I ask a question? What was it about Haney specifically that Suleiman decided to invest in? Like, why him specifically?
Mira lo que pasa. Mira lo que pasa.
That's what that's the question. Like, I think it took like enough. It had to be. To me, it just had to be.
I'm gonna give you why. No, I'm gonna give you the why.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Listen, the reason Devin Haney always asks for overpaying purses is because he's the only one of the few guys who overpays the WBC. I'm gonna give you the reason. That every sanctioning body is gonna take a 3 to 5% of your purses. Devin Haney has a strict thing that he pays 10 to 15% of his purses. You know what I mean? The thing with Lomachenko, that's why he screamed the 400,000, is because he paid $400,000 to the WBC when he fought Lomachenko. That's why. The reason he got the email belt, remember? That's why they created that fucking shit for him, because it was supposed to just be for Canelo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's how they took the belt away from Lomachenko, because they promised to pay the WBC that 12% because they wanted to match the percentage that Canelo was paying for the purse. You know what I mean? Because Canelo 3% is way more than his.
Yeah, give us some kind of trinket that we can pay a sanctioning fee on, and we'll pay an outrageous sanctioning fee on it.
Exactly. Because the WBC always wants a guy who represents a country behind him. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And
of course, I think you know that.
Now you understand the thing?
Yeah. Because, of course, yes, I want my guy to win. I get more money, he wins.
But that's the info that you get from the gyms, like that's info like I know from like the insiders,
Yeah, that's the grimies. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like that's why he's so favorite. He's giving 12% of his purses. Those the $400,000 he shit on all over Twitter or Lomachenko, that give you this money back, is because he paid the exercise money to the WBC.
Sounds like a conflict of interest to me.
Oh, you get it in now, right?
Yeah,
massive conflict of interest, massive. But it's also like a. It's
like an industry plan.
It's the government being like, give us a kickback and we'll give you favoritism.
And remember, if you give the sanctioning bodies of any belts money, who else getting money? The sanctioning body of that designated state. So that who's the favorite again? The guy who give the designated belt, more money. Ching, 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 ching.
Who's bringing
money? Now everything's getting together, right? Like
I've always said this. Like, and going back to bringing money into the city. Now the commission is in your pocket. You got the promoter, the sanctioning body, the commission, it's the state. I mean, you literally have everything. Which is why I was saying, like, that's why Ryan was saying I beat the Haneys, the ref.
Now imagine this. Imagine getting that type of stipend, giving that type of statement, and then plus you're getting early his own money. It was up on the millions. He was giving $7 million for Mikey Garcia against fucking what was the dude he fought? Rodriguez?
Sandor Martin.
No, he paid $7 million for
Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas.
Yes. For Jesse, he paid $7 million for Jesse Vargas. He was over in Tank like 10 millions for Tevin Farmer. He was giving a lot of fucking money because he was trying to be based in the US. So he was giving Devin Haney $5 million for every fight. You know what I mean? So imagine giving 12% of every $5 million you fight. Because that was almost at the same time. So everywhere he goes, he has to ask for crazy amount of money so he can see some money.
Yeah.
So in reality, Devin Haney is not getting that much money as you think, because he's giving all his money pretty much to the belts.
Explains why he is asking for these,
outrageous
paydays, because he has to cut so much right off the rip anyway.
And that's the thing, he doesn't generate anywhere near enough money to justify it. Not even close.
Listen, the WBC always wants somebody who has a country behind them, holding the belt. They don't want no Americans holding that shit. They want Mexicans. They want Europeans.
Yes, you got to realize why that shit was made. It's because the WBA wouldn't give Mexicans what Mexicans thought was their just due, their fair shots at the belt. So they said, well, we'll go create the WBC, their own, to allow Mexicans to, get more opportunities.
That's the most looked at belt in the whole boxing. It's the dirtiest.
Now it's
the dirtiest.
Yeah, it seems to be the most prestigious now.
I think they messed up that shit, man. Because he was the first one to negotiate with Suleiman like that.
Bingo. Thank you. It always comes back to Floyd, sadly. But no, you're
right. Sadly, right? Remember who he was raised
remember when Floyd stood with like the cross pose where he had like 5 WBC belts on this arm, 5 WBC belts on this arm? Like,
forget this. Even in Instagram, he has a table with a whole bunch of WBC belts.
The only reason, I'll tell everyone, this is the reason Floyd made that belt seem like it was the only one that mattered, because he could tell Suleiman what he wanted to do. If he didn't want to fight so-and-so, they wouldn't make him fight so-and-so.
I'm gonna give you the main reason. That's like, he exposed him like to that relationship with Suleiman. When he fought Shane Mosley, he didn't fight for the belt. He only want the money. Remember that shit? He didn't want to pay the WBA the money.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So he only was recognized as a guy who whooped Shane Mosley's ass that night. Because the next fight, I think either he defended the belt or he lost the belt. Because I think he fought Margarito, I think.
I think didn't Floyd fight Ortiz for his belt after that?
Yeah,
after
that's how he ended up getting it. That's how he ended up getting it.
Yeah, he got it after.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't want to pay the sanctioning bodies for the WBA. That's what, to me, he got exposed. Like, okay, this is something going on. Like, you're not gonna take the fucking belt, bro. Like, come on. Like,
yeah, I suppose at that stage of his career, though, the belt was pretty much inconsequential, because it was more about him claiming to be pound for pound and all that rubbish.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cared if Floyd even had a belt at that point. Honestly.
No, but that was
it would look good.
But the WBC allow him to keep the belt like yearly, without defending it. That was the whole thing started it, because you can pay the whole stipend like monthly if you're not defending it. You know what I mean? Because you have to pay by every season. You have to, if you don't fight, let's say on spring, you have to pay them like automatically just to keep yourself on the ranks. You know what I mean? Like some type of tax.
Yeah, they're not going to let you hold on to the belt without paying sanctioning fees.
So the PBC was paying a lot of that money because they want to keep that relationship with Suleiman, and they had the WBC under the payroll, and they had the WBA under the payroll.
Yeah, that was definitely their belts. They had the relationships there. That's when we saw sanctioning bodies and networks and promoters all.
The reason they keep all these whack-ass regular champions is because they always want a shot at the belt, even if they lose it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they got pissed off yeah, and that's when Tank Davis, I can't stand either, that coward. That's why he didn't want that's why the PBC got mad at him. That's when he's almost done with these people, because he didn't want the full belt.
He's a three-weight regular champion.
Yeah,
he's a
world champion.
Nah, if he would have got
One
the
way,
the
bro.
belt, he would be a legit two-time world champion, a legit one, a legit. Because he's only one-time world champion.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the IBF don't have that silly shit.
No, but what? Can someone explain to me the reason behind the IBF taking Usyk's belt? Is it just because Hrgovic
It's
has been a man?
it's because the mandatory's due, and like
This is
the
the
mandatory's
mandatory.
been due for a couple of years.
Here's the
Hrgovic has
thing,
been
though.
mandatory for 2 years.
Here's the thing, though. If they would have fought, if they would have fought in February how they were supposed to, the mandatory would have been due, by these times. You know what I mean? So it would be good enough time to recuperate and fight again. But the thing
Hrgovic
about
won an
those,
eliminator a couple of years ago when he fought Zhili Zhang. That was a final
yeah,
eliminator for
but
the IBF.
no,
So
but yeah, but
he's been
remember,
mandatory for
yeah,
a long time,
no, yeah,
The
but
IBF
the
is a moment where the IBF kind of has to have like a talk with itself, like, do we bend the rules here or not? And I understand them not on. I honestly understand them not doing it. Like, what's Hrgovic supposed to do? You gonna wait another year and a half or something?
Exactly. Hrgovic could, by all rights, he could sue the IBF.
Yeah, it's a really tricky situation. I understand. Like, it sucks. Don't get me wrong.
nah, the thing is going to happen. He's going to get a side check from the Arabs,
Or
and
you can always
that's it.
do
No, that's it. That's the only thing that's going to happen. But the thing is, it was supposed to go that way regardless, because the fight was supposed to happen in February. Remember? So
Chances are, though, one thing that could happen is that Hrgovic versus Dubois could be for the interim title. And that could be basically the understanding is whoever wins gets elevated to status of full champion should Usyk decide to retire,
That seems to make sense. And plus, like Jose saying, it gives Hrgovic a nice little paycheck.
Yeah, Hrgovic has shown he's willing to step aside. Like, he's done it already, But I suspect he will want his shot eventually,
Yeah, I heard.
yeah, but the thing is, they understand the magnitude of the event sometimes, and they'd be like, "Bro, this is the undisputed world champion, man. I'm gonna be the jackass who stop this shit."
Yeah. That's like when this again. It's 25 years. It's pretty historical. Like, damn, we understand you're a little fucked up here. Can you give us like 6 months? Let us figure something out. We'll even give you this money. Yeah, that'd be the right thing to do.
To be perfectly honest, like from my perspective, I wouldn't mind the IBF like sticking to their rules because at least they're being consistent. The IBF, like to their credit, they do enforce mandatories a lot more than the WBC does anyway.
Yeah, because my son was like, "Yo, they're stripping Usyk," and I was like, "Who?" And he told me, I was like, "Commando thing. They just don't fuck around."
Remember, they stripped Tyson Fury after the Klitschko fight because he signed a rematch clause when the mandatory for Vyacheslav Glaskov was already due. That was why they stripped him. So they might do the same thing to Usyk.
Is
what it is.
I think they did that to Terrence Crawford as well.
Yeah, they did. Same situation right there.
Yeah, so I mean, everyone else had to give it up. I mean, it does suck. I understand, but hopefully Hrgovic can just come to an agreement though. In Zhang.
Yeah, look, I think the best outcome for him is just to fight for the interim title. It's happened before, and that'll guarantee him a shot at the full title eventually. Or if he doesn't get it, he'll just be elevated. To full champion status.
Yeah. Worst case, you have to fight for it. Best case, you just get it given. Yeah.
Exactly, it's an advantageous situation either way that you want to look at it. For any fighter.
I'm with you here, Raphael. This is where my mind is right now. Tank's opponents are gonna get tougher, or my theory is wrong. I'm there too. I have a theory that Tank is like maturing and wising up and understanding. Like his time is running out. You got to get these big fights on.
I'm gonna tell you something though.
We'll see though.
I'm not making excuses for Tank. I can stand the little midget, but I feel like a lot of the fights that didn't happen, a lot of those, weren't his fault.
Well,
Like-
yeah, I mean, I mean, we all understand.
Because I think as a competitor, I think he won these fights.
Floyd clipped his nuts. You know what I mean? For a long time, he just couldn't do anything unless Floyd okayed
But the
it.
thing about Tank is like I feel so sorry for him sometimes because it's like he don't know much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And you can see it. Like he
No,
just
I look at Floyd, or I look at Tank, as he's like being, and I guess a lot of fighters are like this, but more fighters have, and it seems like maybe he's getting more of a grip on his own career as well. But he looks more like a chess piece that some other
there
guy
you go, like a pawn. Yeah.
is playing with, rather than
Like
him
I, li-
making the choices.
I like the fact like he's talking more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I like that. Like because I don't have nothing against this guy. I can't stand him either because he's a coward. But at the same time, it's like I, around like all these guys like Tank, Teofimo, these guys, Devin. To me, Tank and Teofimo are the guys with most potential. You know, like to me,
I don't
Tank.
think so.
No, I think so.
No,
I think so.
I agree with that.
Devin Haney is the hardest
think-
worker.
I think
Devin Haney to me is the hardest worker.
I'd agree with that. I would.
Ryan is the most gifted, but the dumbest.
He's definitely the most gifted. No, yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah.
I agree with
Tank-
you all. I
Tank
do.
is the best boxer, but he's regressing. He's taking it for granted. You know what I mean? He's like
I
the
just
gifted
think-
guy who takes shit for granted, like Shaq.
Yeah, I think if Tank would sharpen his sword against, sharper swords.
Because the thing is, if you pay attention, he can box backwards. He can box backwards, forward. He can set traps, and he's patient. He has a lot of tools. You know what I mean?
I actually agree with you. So I mean, out of that group, that's the order you have to. I don't know if I had to pick one. For years, I always said Ryan had the most potential. I saw the most potential with Ryan when they were all at 35, like 30, 35. I saw the most potential with him. As of right now, where do I see the
As of right now, the thing is, well, on
Dude,
paper,
it would. Like the
listen
most,
to me.
it would be Teo and Tank. I think would have the most big wins in big fights in the future to come. I could see them having the best.
I mean, in my opinion, Teofimo is the most proven.
Yeah,
Teofimo, he took the.
I at least know what Teofimo is all the way around.
Listen, Teofimo got people with names in his resume. He got Kwame. He got Lomachenko. He legit beat Lomachenko. He got
Nakatani, even guys like Nakatani. He took. I think he took some serious L's, but it's also the fact that I like and I understand and appreciate the guys who are willing to get in there and go for it. I know how much that gives you an edge. Like even if both again, we're assuming both guys are going to go in there and give it their all for however long they do. Maybe once they gas out, it goes. But even I don't see certain guys giving. I see certain guys putting forward more of an effort than others. I'll just put it that way. With what they have. I really like. We were talking about Ryan was gassing with the Haney, but he wasn't letting it stop. He was giving everything he could when he could. Like he's giving you everything he has. It's in that way. I have seen Teo do that as well. I haven't seen Tank do that yet. I haven't. I have hopes. This is the thing. I have hopes. When I saw him against Pitbull Cruz, he didn't do it. He didn't rise to the occasion. I thought Cruz just beat him. And he didn't even rematch him. So that was all bad to me. Then with Ryan, it's like, yeah, you beat Ryan. But again, if I drain Ryan enough, I could beat him. Should I then say I can beat Ryan Garcia? It's like, no, I can't. Just because, like, obviously, I will need to drain Ryan more than Tank did because Tank is a better fucking boxer than me. So he doesn't need to drain him as far, but he drained him far enough to where it made him easy. Not easy, but, you know, a relatively easy fight. That isn't, I can't respect that. Fight it just didn't even happen, as far as I'm concerned. But, like, I never saw Tank dig deep, fight through some real adversity and overcome it. I saw him deal with adversity, and then the 12th round's bell rang, and they gave him the decision versus Cruz. That ain't overcoming the adversity. You were just dealing with it and never found a way to overcome it in the allotted time you had. So I hope for him, but as of now, like, yeah, it's hard for me to even put Tank with Ryan and Teo right now. The proven guys out of that group, out of the Shakur, Haney, Teo, and Tank, the proven guys, or the most proven to me, are Teo and Ryan Garcia. They proved they're real fighters. All right, it sounds wild to say that, right? Someone who's in the gym every day. But a real fighter, I get it. It's in comparison to the best of the best, okay? Understand that every time. I saw Haney, or I saw Teo and Ryan lay it out in ways I haven't saw Shakur specifically and Tank do. I saw Haney. I mean, he kept getting up. You know, even with Loma, he kept coming. He kept fighting. Kept trying. Lost, and so he's not that. But you know, he isn't with Teo and Tank, or Teo and Ryan. Not due to his heart. He's clearly got some heart.
Yeah, Haney can take a good ass whooping, you know. He's good at that.
Yeah.
From smaller guys, you know.
Yeah, he'll get up, right? He'll keep up.
Listen, the telltale signs he got hurt by Linares, because Linares is almost as big as him, but he's just not as wide as him. You know what I mean?
Prime Linares would have knocked him out, no doubt.
I mean, let's remember Linares. He comes out from 122. You know, like he's a small dude.
Linares has been knocked out in the first round on multiple occasions, and he had to carry Devin Haney through that fight. Let's be honest.
Yeah, everyone has a bit of a different Tank. Someone says Tank is a money laundry service for Floyd. Teofimo is that guy. Ryan has the most potential. Teo is him. Tank's personality is what gets me. I just don't like him, but he's not bad. Ryan's fan base is outside of boxing. Nobody sells like that now. He actually has a casual audience. Dude, these like slick backed hair Mexicans with like the strong jawlines, the De La Hoyas, they will always bring in like the suave, Rico Suave looking motherfuckers. They will always bring in
that Bruce Wayne look, right?
Yeah.
They bring in the little girls, yeah.
These women and gay guys, they love it, man. They're gonna swarm to them motherfuckers.
That cokehead look, bro.
I remember De La Hoya fights. There would just be 12 gorgeous chicks with front row seats. Like they're not a boxing fan. They're not with men.
Do you think they knew about the fishnets though? And
going to see Oscar, just a pack of bitches. Wild. It's nowhere near. I've never seen anything like I saw with De La Hoya. Still to this day. Ryan don't get any. No one gets the chicks Oscar got. Like, believe you me. If you weren't there for that, you have no idea. That was a different level. But on a smaller level, that he does do that. He brings in a lot of. Plus, you know, just the general fucking YouTube, TikTok kids.
To be perfectly honest, Dan, I think Ryan Garcia's fan base is a similar sort of contingent to Jake Paul's, if that makes sense. It's kind of a social media following, you know?
Yeah, it's the exact same crowd, yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Overlays, like the social media crowd that they both have, it's the exact same crowd. They have different other crowds, but that crowd, The exact same one, yeah. They, dude, if Ryan gets suspended, he should just fight Jake Paul, like in just an exhibition, just beat the brakes.
That'd be a massive fight. It would,
dude. If I'm the if I'm His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, have Ryan finish the loop, and let's get Ryan versus Teofimo.
Well, yeah. I mean, for now, I think we should see Catterall, Teo.
no thanks.
I know that's what I was gonna say. Hopefully, Teo could win that and win it in an exciting way to make it worth it, right?
Mate, that'll put the whole boxing world to sleep. That fight, a cure for insomnia.
It might. It definitely might. But Teo's definitely. I mean, Teo has to be in the mix. Like,
and I can tell you exactly how that fight will go.
Teo, this is the problem I see with Teo. When he was making the rounds, when he was like always at the boxing fights, doing interviews and like trying to get in front of every camera he could, right? He made a complete fucking ass out of himself for 2 years straight. Just made a literal fool of himself. Sadly, I think he was in a bad mental space, but he fucking like destroyed his image. So he went like silent, and he just will fight and then won't go anywhere, won't talk. He needs to come back out and get his face in the mix because he has to be in this mix. But if he's not, sadly in this generation, if you're not out here pushing for why you deserve such and such fight, you're not going to get it.
I tell you what though, Ann, like see what you're talking about there. That fight, don't get me wrong, Teofimo will win it, but it'll be very bad for his image, if you know what I mean. Because Catterall has that kind of effect. He's just a guy he's toxic, if you know what I mean. I'll tell you exactly what will happen in that fight, right? Catterall will land one punch in a round, and you won't see him for the rest of the round. He'll run away. He'll lean on the ropes. He'll clinch. He'll low blow. He'll headbutt, and he'll just stink out the fight. He'll ruin it. Teo will win on points in America. You know,
Teo might lose an ugly decision. Or he might
it'll be bad for his image. Like Teo, I've no doubt Teo will win. He'll get the decision, but it'll be bad for his image. You know.
Yeah. It'll be like, damn, you look like shit.
Exactly. That's exactly what it'll be. It'll be one of them fights where it'll just be draining, and it'll just drain the life out of Teo. He'll look bad afterwards, and it'll damage his market value. You know.
It makes sense. Yeah, Aldo. And what up, bro? If you want a link, let me know. I don't know if you'll work with it.
I mean, what happened with Teo, and
none of the women are really boxing fans. I wasn't saying that, buddy. Yeah, they're clearly there hoping to run into him in the fucking walkway to the locker room. But yeah.
I mean, does Jack Catterall strike you as the type of guy who will go over to America and like put a beating on like an American A-side? Like, let's be honest, he's not going to do that, you know.
Matias fights in like 2 weeks or something, dude. When is it? He fights really soon.
I mean, what happened with Teo, and I guess the whole panel's experience, and the size of women. What happened with Teo is his soul was taken by that woman. That's what happened, and he's trying to get his self back.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Like you see, like guys, like when they got their heart broken and shit like that. Like the thing is, he got his heart broken and his life broken. That's the problem.
He could.
Mate, I think the problem is he shared a bed with his daddy for too long, and it's ruined his libido basically.
This bitch.
Also, he don't have the best relationship.
He's a young guy who's never. Hold on, he's a young guy who's never been in a serious relationship in his life. This bitch had experience, was game bred. And she sucked onto this young professional athlete and did a fucking number on him. I mean, he wasn't prepared for it. I bet
he sucked his shit from the back, man.
Told him the right thing. He wouldn't listen for shit because she had him sprung. Yeah, dude. She ruined that dude. And he's probably just started. She probably did take his virginity. I doubt that.
No, I think Teo Senior took that long before then.
She took something. She took his heart. I'll guarantee you. And he was fucked up for some years. Hopefully, he's back on his mission. Hold this stream down. I gotta clean up my fucking dog's mess.
Papa Burner. The answer to that is Father's Day weekend. He will be fighting Liam Perro.
Is that Teofimo's going to be fighting Liam Parrow?
No, it's gonna be Subriel Matias.
Oh yeah, Matias. Sorry, yeah, I forgot about that fight. That's going to be an interesting one. I think Matias will win, but I don't think it'll be easy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun. Due to their styles, I think it's gonna be a barn burner.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
actually
just
gonna
one of
be.
them fights that'll clash. You know.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be watching it live with my dad.
Nice. What, you go into the fight? Yeah.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
Awesome.
Nice little
Nice
trip
one.
for me and my dad. So yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
My
a good
dad
one.
actually- Oh yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I was just going to say, but yeah, I think that fight will be competitive. I do. Like Liam Parrow is nothing special, but he's like I'd say like a decent fringe contender. And I think for a guy like Matias, who's he's a tough guy, big puncher, but he's not the most scientific fighter. Like I do think he's beatable. It makes
Here's
it
the thing
interesting.
He's beatable, definitely he's beatable. But I think also, and it's got also Matias. He's like one of those typical like comfortable fight. He reminds me a lot of Adrian Valerio for whatever reason. Like, he reminds
He's
me
got a
a lot of him.
similar sort of aura, hasn't he? Like
Yeah,
pure violence.
yeah, like
I'll say this much.
exactly. Huh?
I've been watching him like film studying a bit more. He's actually very good defensively on the pocket. A lot of the stuff that's landed on him, quote unquote, is actually to the arms, and he parries a lot too. Like he has that kind of defense where you think he's getting hit a lot, but he's actually just blocking and parrying
No,
a
I
lot
agree.
more.
I love how he defends the rear hand. Like he has his hands up, but he just like he put himself behind his shoulder. You know what I mean? Plus the
Yeah.
glove. Like he actually no, you're right. But the thing is, I'm talking about like the energy, the aura that he brings.
Oh
Like
yeah, definitely.
he like that unstoppable force. You know,
He's just violent.
not violent, but the thing is, when he hits you, he knows when he's hitting you. Like at people, he likes to hit on the temple. He likes to hit on the split. He likes to hit on the liver, and he likes to hit on the solar plexus a lot. It's like he's a guy who's gonna take the air out of you. All those areas can knock you out.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, like when he sits on his punches, because the thing is, he just throws his shots like with not much power, even though it's still damaging. But when he sits on his punches, you can tell when he's sitting on his punches. You know what I mean?
He he throws his punches like Better throw his punches from the hip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he throws them like accumulation, but when he actually sits on his punches, he hits a lot harder, like way
Like
harder.
like the thing that he does when he throws a lot, because in reality, when it's not that he has to figure it out. He throws a lot of punches, but because he wants to turn get your arm started. That's what you're trying to do. Like your
Yeah,
arms, your defense is trying to like break it down. If you have a shell, it's been known if you hit the arms, the elbows, the shoulders a little bit, you're gonna get them tired, and to the point that it will be like you pretty much you don't have a guard. You don't have a guard anymore. It's not like you're gonna drop your hands, but you're not putting any effort into it. You know what I mean? Like you're beat up from the outside and then the inside. Because
yeah.
once
Yeah, he's mentally
he
draining to fight, kind of.
exactly he grinds you down like a piece of cheese, which is it takes an special motherfucker to do that. Because that's a lot of punches, dog. Like a lot of punches.
Yeah.
Like the first, and you're right. He throws a lot of his punches, just like with his hips, like with not really a lot of power, but that's the point. Like he just wants to get you like exhausted mentally. Your arms are tired. You're tired of like, that's when you get hit on the gloves. Actually goes through your skull as well sometimes. You know that constantly oh shit, he's hitting me on the temple. Oh shit, let me cover here. Oh shit, let me cover. You know what I mean? And then he's hitting you on the top of your forehead like triple G and back on your nose. Cause then he started hitting like your soft spots, like your nose, your eyes. It's he's a scary fighter to fight, man.
Oh
He's
yeah.
scary to fight. Like the one loss he has, that was the fight after he killed the guy by accident, and that actually make him, like doubt himself, like because you don't want to kill anybody in the ring, as violent
Yeah,
as you
I
try to
think he
be, like,
needed to get over that mentally,
yeah,
psychologically.
yeah,
He discussed it. He discussed that loss that happened after the Dadashev tragedy. May rest in peace. He went honest. Like he's like, yeah, obviously he feels sorry for the family, but it was just like at that moment, he got very undisciplined. I'll tell you this much. I'll give you some a little bit of inside information. I know his former coach, great trainer. He trained Edwin Rosario. He trained with Fredo Vasquez Sr. And a couple of other guys. But when he was helping him in that fight, he wasn't training much. Like there was one instance where the time he was supposed to wake up for running, he was coming back for the club. After that loss, he started training him. Now he now trains in Mexico, and now he's like, so he can cut off all the city life, all the distractions, just so he can focus on training for multiple months. So
read the super chat. It's on the screen.
wait.
I don't see it. What does it say?
I said some random. I think you spelled which wrong. It starts
Oh,
with
right, right.
with a B.
Talking about Tio's.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yeah,
Check the,
about Tio's woman. Yeah.
yeah, we had a number on Tio.
Bro, that lady is a little. I think she's older than me. I'm 30 years old. Like, of course she's older than Tio. Like, come on.
Well, she had probably had game for days and he was not prepared.
Listen, you're not, and this is something that anybody in the chat who's young, you hit a flight attendant. You don't get in a relationship with a flight attendant, okay?
Is that what she was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like she got her. The reason they got married is because she had no papers.
Oh, fuck.
I'm telling you, the way he got fucked up, bro, is
That's
bro.
why
You guys don't
she
really
rushed
imagine, bro. You
That's
guys don't
why
really
she
imagine, guys. Like you guys don't really imagine how fucked up this kid is, bro. Like,
Damn, she still did him dirty.
and then she
I
even
think the
took
guy's
off.
mentally ill. He seems
No,
it.
but the problem is, here's the problem. They only like back and forth, like going together in and out, and everybody who experienced knows that's a demon.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a fucking demon. And the thing is, that's what he says is a bag of cats. You know, he's not really trying to impress none of us guys or the public. He's trying to impress his woman.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're right. No, that's all he thinks about.
He always trying to try like he's older and some shit, and he doesn't really know how cringe he looks. And that's the fucking problem. Like
Right.
his girl can stand him, like for real. Like,
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah. Like I think she cares about him to the point of like, okay, he's not a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, but hoes are gonna be hoes, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's like, I'm in America now. I'm balling out.
Oh,
I
God.
got a fucking check.
Oh god, man, exactly. She's like, oh my god, I got this stupid dude.
And he's
You know.
away for 8 weeks at a time.
Hell yeah. He did a number on that guy, man. Oh man. Because I remember he got married around like he was like 23. I remember the whole shit. He got remarried right after the Lomachenko fight.
Yeah, it wasn't long. It wasn't even long.
Do you guys think that Teofimo could realistically be Matias? Let's see both guys at their prime, like right now. Like, do you think he could win that fight? Would he be able to handle the pressure?
It's a hard fight, and I'll tell you why. Because when Loma put the brakes on Teofimo in the last half of the fight, Teofimo did not like it at all. When Taylor was putting it on him early, he didn't like it. If Matias doesn't stop and he gets that pressure going, Teofimo's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
That's exactly my thoughts. That's why I ask it, because like you were saying there, I was literally going to bring that up. Anytime anybody lets their hands go against Teo, he doesn't know what to do. I've never seen the guy really move his head or block punches.
The only way I can see this guy's beating.
This is the problem, though. This is the problem. With Loma, you just don't touch that guy's jaw. You're just not touching his jaw. And he can take a body shot. The Josh Taylor, he's he was good for like half the fight. The other half he got his ass whooped, right? But really, The only time Teo does have trouble with pressure is when he can't also hit you. Like when he was having trouble landing with Nakatani and when he was having trouble landing on Loma, clean headshots. But if he's touching you up top as well, and I think he is going to be able to touch Matias up top a lot. And I think that's going to just slow Matias down tremendously and kind of just even it right out.
I think the fight will.
I think Teo
I think the fight will go like Sean Porter against Danny Garcia, but the Danny Garcia, which is Teofimo, will win.
Yeah, I think I favor Teo myself. I would prefer, like, I like Matias. I would like to see Matias win.
The reason I picked,
I don't think he does though.
the reason I picked Teo is because they're gonna do Matias dirty, because Matias he's like 30, 31 years old, and they're just gonna edge him out. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna edge him out like some type of way, which is he's just gonna become like CTE type of boxer. You know, he's gonna be a big name like Berchel. You know, he's gonna be like Berchel.
I don't think so. He's way more. It's crazy as it sounds because they're both come-forward guys. I think Matias is way more technical than him.
He is, but the thing is, they have like similar outside of the ring lives. You know, they party a lot, cocaine. You know,
Matias not really. He used to struggle with partying, but now he like basically lives in the gym at Mexico. So he basically doesn't live where he should be with his family, but he's just chilling at Mexico training for like multiple months in and nonstop.
I got to be honest. See if that fight's on the level. I think Matias could realistically he could walk Teo down and knock him out. I honestly think he could. Too. If it's a real fight, you know.
They're not gonna pick the fight while Matias is young. Matias is still young.
Do you guys all think Matias could stand up to Teo's power though?
I don't think Teo has much power. I've never seen Teo knock anybody out.
Nothing crazy, but he's going to be zapping. Like you don't anticipate seeing like I do. That's really what the worry is because again, I would like to see Matias win, but I really just see his defense being a bit leaky, and I'm getting mashed with monster uppercuts.
If Teofimo has the pathway for a right hand, yeah, I see Teofimo actually knock him out. Like the right hand he land on Pome. Like, you know, he put like his head all the way to the other side. And he aimed to it, but he likes to like snap.
Yeah.
Like I think he can, because the thing is, Teofimo he's a counter puncher, so he obviously gonna like pull you to something. You do something stupid.
And that speed and explosiveness is just always so dangerous.
It is.
I'll tell you this much, Anthony.
And the thing is, and you're right, Teofimo won't be like a stationary target.
No, if he's getting walked down, he'll just walk around like the outside and jump in occasionally with boom, boom.
And Teofimo is an underrated body puncher, though. He's an underrated body puncher.
I'll say this much, Ant. How long are you going to be on, if you don't mind me asking?
I honestly don't know.
All right, so I'm gonna go for my run because I gotta do my running session. Because I'm really trying to get into fight shape right now. But I'll say this much. I forgot to tell you this, but the first stream you came back these last couple weeks, I keep on forgetting to tell you. You remember Boxing Chief, right?
Yes, yeah.
He was wondering.
He was on. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he ask you about hopping on my server? Because I know he wanted to talk with you there.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know though.
Well,
on a Discord?
Yeah, on mine.
I don't recall. I have a Discord. I don't like have.
Yeah, but he told me to let you know about that. That's what I'm saying. So, do you think soon we can do that, and one of the topics can be film study for this fight?
For what, Teo Matias?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely watch film on it any time. Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
All right. But yeah, I gotta go though. But I just wanted to like catch up and stuff like that. And I think since he
Because I
asked me to
actually
ask
need to
you,
see. I actually need to see film on Tio and Matias's.
Hey, kid, you gonna go for a run?
yeah, I am going for a run.
How long? Like
5 miles.
5 miles? Do you have Gatorade? No, no, I'm serious. You do?
No, I'm serious.
No,
Um,
like, do you have like? No, I'm just gonna give you like a tip of recovery. You know, you take like small Gatorade and you put like a scoop of creatine, and you're gonna feel brand new after you run, because
all
you're gonna
right.
recuperate. Because the thing is, you're gonna recuperate uh the salt that you spend, and it's gonna get amplified by the creatine, and it's gonna get soft quicker, and you're gonna be like brand new.
All right,
Like,
good. Maybe I can do it. Well, actually, no. I would do more. Usually after running, I do bag work because that's just what I like to do. I know it should be before, but I like that endurance.
no,
But
it's after. It's right after.
yeah, I know. But I'll definitely get into that because I've been looking. I've been wanting to figure out what I can do for like protein powders, creatines, like stuff that can like help me rejuvenate so I can train harder and more. But
Uh, I'm gonna give you a tip though. Protein, take it in the morning with your
of course,
breakfast. Like, like,
omelets, bananas.
yeah, omelet, bananas. But do a lot of pancakes too,
All right.
if you can. If you can,
Really?
yeah. Because the thing is, your breakfast has to be as big as possible, so your stomach expand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, since you have like a high carb protein breakfast, you can eat like a salad. You can get away with eat salads all day, snack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But your stomach's gonna start right. But also before you sleep, uh, get you some. If you have multivitamins, and try to drink water instead of like juice and things like that.
Oh no, I drink
Like
water all day.
like
I try
cut.
to drink. I drink like six, 7 bottles a day usually. I know I should. I always try to reach 8, but sometimes I'm busy and I just reach like 6 or 7.
You gotta be careful with that too, because like wanna over rehydrate, because
Oh, for sure.
that's why like the creatine is important, because
Yeah. Thing is, on my
it
day to
allows
day,
you. Because the thing
thing
is,
is,
after a while, like you're just gonna like flush it.
oh no, for sure. But the thing is, like on my day to day, by day, I do landscaping for my job, and then by evening, I train.
That's good. That's good, man. That's good. But yeah,
Yeah,
we don't want to take you more of your time, man. Go ahead, bro.
I'll be back.
Sham. Get you like a nice playlist, and boom, kill that,
Yeah, for sure.
kill that kid.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be back
Manny,
soon.
Manny Stewart always said for breakfast he liked his fighters to have, amongst other things like eggs, but oatmeal and grapes.
Interesting. I always do oatmeals and omelets mostly. Um I rarely do pancakes because sometimes I don't want to get too caught up in the sugars and stuff like that, like too much sugar.
Yeah.
But usually I do oatmeal, omelets, yeah, just stuff like that. Sometimes a banana, or even I'll do like a fruit smoothie with like natural flavors and natural
Something that will
ingredients.
help you a lot with your inflammations. It will be implement more fish into your diet.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
remove beef and pork from your diet too. If you're training for a fight, you should remove beef and pork from your diet,
All
because
right.
that put your yeah, you get your muscles tense. Fish,
Okay.
chicken, and that's about it.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
fish.
This is all amazing. Thank you guys so much for all the tips and stuff like that. If I forget anything, I'll just go back to the stream, and hopefully I do come back to the stream before it ends. But like I said, I gotta go for my run. You guys take care though. God bless.
All right, man. Take care, kid.
God bless. You're getting some nutritional advice for free on this channel, and you're doing well,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been like around gyms all my life. That's like nothing for me. That's like something that if you know it's like something that will really help you. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Like,
Yeah.
I've lost about
I was
25 pounds in the past 3 months, so I'm doing
Really?
something all right. Yeah, yeah.
man,
I'm down.
great,
I'm
man.
down. I'm down under 190 now. Believe it or not.
Oh man, great, man, great.
I
And
didn't.
It's
I
kind of
didn't
like you were
know.
saying. It's a high protein, low carb diet. Basically, that's what's doing it. You
I'll
know?
say this: when you had your face on stream earlier, I didn't think anything of it. I guess I did think something of it, but I didn't think to say anything. I guess I could see your
Yeah.
cheekbones and jawline were a little
Yeah, I've actually
streamlined.
got a jawline now. It was gone for years, you know.
Tight jawline. I saw it. I was like, oh, shit.
It's
Well, that's
funny.
good, man.
I
That's
was
good.
looking at my passport photo the other day, and I don't even look like the same guy. I'm like, who's this fat fucker?
I
It's
thought it
funny.
was. I thought I was
Kudos to you, man. Kudos, man.
Cheers,
Everything
man.
starts, with one day, and then you like you love the results, and oh my god, man, I can't stop now.
yeah.
Do you know what it was like back in February? Because I went back to the gym, and my coach was talking to me about basically he's like, look, you got to start taking this serious. You can come to the gym and train and spar and whatever, but if you don't get your diet under control, there's no way I can get you a fight, basically. So I was like, I went on the scale. I was about 213 pounds, and I was like, you know what? I got to find a diet that works. Now I'm like under one. I'm under 190, so must be doing something right, you know.
Yeah, don't
Once it
listen. Don't really.
starts falling off, it just falls off.
Yeah, I noticed it was snowballing.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think it's like because your stomach shrinks or something. I don't know.
It does. It definitely does. Like your appetite goes down and everything. Like especially because I was also doing like for a little bit I was doing like intermittent fasting, and that seemed to help a lot as well. Obviously, it's hard to do that while training though, especially since I was doing a lot of weightlifting. Because you need protein to recover. But because I've been lifting a lot of weight, that's actually allowed me to eat more and still lose the pounds.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
that's one of those things like being big actually like you can get away with it because you're big. Because
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
like me and Anthony, we kind of sort of have like the same body type. Like, nah, bro, I would die. Like,
Yeah.
like I tried it like before, but nah. I also play baseball, so like I'm really used to like gain weight like easy and stuff like that, and especially on my legs. Like, there's something that I work out a lot. I don't have
Mm,
big legs, but I have strong legs.
yeah. Yeah, my legs
'Cause
are
I'm not.
massive at the moment. Like they're actually because I've always been pretty top heavy, but see, because I started doing squats and stuff, like my legs have actually grown. But
How
my
tall are
my
you?
top,
How tall are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm about 5'8", something like that.
Fucking tank.
Wait, what?
he's a tank.
Yeah.
5'8", he's like 200 pounds.
I know. Yeah, I was really heavy for my height, to be fair. But a lot of it was body fat.
Oh no, definitely, yeah. And water, definitely. Like those things can be stored in your body for you know for the future. But there's once you take those off, like it's gonna say like, wow, like am I really like this small? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I know that's the thing because it's weird because like when I would go to the gym, I didn't really realize how heavy I was until I started doing like intense circuit training. Because like part of our circuit training is what we'll do like our, like your push-ups, your sit-ups and stuff like that. And then we run upstairs. And because I was like training with amateurs that are all quite fit and quite light, I was always kind of lagging behind. But see, since I started to lose the weight, I can actually keep up with everybody now in the
yeah,
gym, and I can do a full circuit.
it takes effort to move that body, man. It takes effort.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's like the heavier you are, the harder you have to work, basically. So it's a nightmare.
It was a part of part of it was like I don't want to say fat, but I was kind of stocky for a while.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm 5'7",
Yeah.
and like my regular weight like should be like 135, 140,
Hmm.
150 tops. But I was like 100. I was 180 something pounds,
Yeah.
and but it was like no muscle. It was just
Yeah.
flabby,
Yeah. Just when you
untrained.
kind of let yourself
On
go a bit.
Yeah,
Skinny.
like that's the thing. Like I don't get fat. It's just like I was just no shape at all. I look like Mikey Garcia 147.
Hmm.
So, but I was still scary because I was hitting hard as fuck. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
because like guys couldn't like move you around anymore. So I was busting a lot of noses, and and stopping guys on tracks.
Not lighting
Mm.
But
gas.
it was what I was getting tired mad quick too. Like I was 4 or 5 rounds deep. I was reading like hard through my mouth. Like I, I look like a tomato. Like I was calling. I was like, oh no, man, let's stop. Let's stop. I couldn't
Yeah,
keep
it's
up,
it's
man.
crazy how just having a bit of extra body fat can actually really slow you down, innit? And make it so
My
much
God.
harder to train.
Listen, that's why I never bought into going back to a little bit back to boxing. That's why I'm telling you, Devin, this is his cap weight, and Shakur, this is his cap weight. Like there is no way in hell they're gonna go like bigger than this. Like
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they won't. I think
Yeah,
Devin
so,
bodily
so
can,
what
but
you're saying, so what you're saying is no way can they fight people their own size.
exactly.
They wouldn't have the same advantage. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like I'm famous in the gym because I always fight like guys bigger than me, but it's not because I'm doing it on purpose. Because everybody else is like kind of like a middleweight.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a lightweight. So well, I'm a lightweight now because I'm older, but I'm a featherweight. Like the last pretty much official fight that I had was a featherweight. Even though I fight at 150 something, 151.
And anyway, I'm going to have to jump off now. It's quite late here, and I've got to keep my voice down. So thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks for coming on.
God bless you guys. Cheers.
Actually,
Oh, oh yeah, go ahead. Man.
no, go. I was just about
No, I
to.
was about to give him like an advice. I was like, oh well, he probably got it.
Yeah,
What's
thanks,
that?
man.
uh,
Yeah, Nordic Nordic Warrior. Definitely check his channel
Thanks, man. God bless you.
I actually checked your channel. Like I was like picking up like, wow, I heard this guy before, but now he's mentioning your name. Like, of course, I seen your channel. You had a great video on underwater. You were on point, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that video did quite well. I noticed.
out. What is
Yeah,
that the one where you really pointed out the one?
sheet all over.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I kind of roasted
Nah,
Ward and his
it was
legacy.
factual.
I know what video he's
It was
talking
factual,
about.
man. It was everything factual. Like he
Yeah,
actually, you can tell he did his research.
thanks, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was one of my favorites. I like to point to it when I just talk about how dirty dude was.
Nah, I was like, yo, finally. Because the thing is, like, I got into YouTube, like, boxing because of the first guy I saw was, I used to just, like, complain about these guys. And by accident, I saw, like, some other channels. And then I started, like, going, I got into, like, most of these channels, like yours and BDA and, like, IQ in the pandemic when, Wilder, the whole, glove gate thing.
I got you.
Yeah, because everybody else was like, Aki, and I was just get pissed off with those guys. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of how
but
it all.
then,
We
and
all
they
look
were like,
for a place to
bro, they were like
complain about.
they were like wars, Shakur knock huggers. And then I saw the video that Nordic Warrior made, and I was like, oh, finally somebody saying something factual. And then I think that video made like a little movement because after that, everybody starts like shitting all over the Warrior.
Yeah, don't
I
take
think
much. Open some
I,
people's
I
eyes, and other people are like, "Finally, I'm not crazy." Other
yo,
people see it too.
Yo, hopefully what I'll say about Devin Haney opening everybody's eyes too. Like damn, like
No, that did. I really appreciate that. That was eye opening for sure.
I
Because
thought everybody
it all
knew, but I
makes
was like,
sense.
why people
Like,
asking questions? Like that's a common shit. No, but I guess like that's like inside gym shit. Like
well,
we know
what
shit.
it is you just connected the dots. No, honestly, you like really connected the dots. So like, I'll just speak for myself. I could see the puzzle, and I understood like there's something going on here. I just didn't know exactly. Uh,
Exactly, and it's always a WBC.
yeah,
When
and
you
I
remove,
was really involved in
listen,
WBC, but I didn't know.
another red flag, another red flag. When he moved up to 140, the WBO is the only bet who guarantee you the next way you move on or move down to move the next to be the next challenger.
Yeah, get
If
a
that
shot
is
right.
not a mandatory on that particular belt, right? All of the
Yep.
sudden, this guy has the first shot at the WBC of Regis program. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? When nobody was allowed to do that shit before. When the WBO is the only belt who allows you to do that. Any other belt, you have to pay the fee until you get ranked number one again.
Yeah,
The WBO because they want to be accepted back in the like a W, 07, 08 to be a legit belt. They give all these advantages to champions.
Yes.
But the WBC all of a sudden give you, mandatory shot, right? For progress belt. As long as you move up. Not like Benavides or the other guys who has to like fight somebody or like Charlo. No, 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 no. Directly to the belt.
No, absolutely, and it does go further back than just
The
the.
WBC only allows you that shit if it's an unification. Of course, because of the money. But nah.
Yeah, again. Yeah, that's you. I could see the relationship. I know clearly Bill is funneling money there to get the preferential treatment. It's like, yeah, and I understand. I guess really what you made clear is the legality behind it, because what it is bribery, but they do it in a way where it's like, no, it's totally legal.
I mean,
It's called
it's
sanctioning fees.
basically, yeah. You hide behind I pay more. I pay like even though my electric my light bill, my electricity bill is $50. I pay you 150, right?
Yeah, yeah. But God forbid, something the power goes out. I don't expect you to come fix me first, right?
Nah, nah.
You just fix my house first every time.
Nobody has to know about
That
our
way.
deal, bro. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta
you just
struggle a little bit.
happen,
You know,
you just happen to
get
turn
some
my.
get somebody charged up for like 2 nights, and I got you. But you gotta struggle for a little bit.
That's it. It's that simple.
Oh yeah, like and the thing is, he also caught like lightning in a bottle. He has those high ass belt fees, plus you've been getting like Eddie Hearn's money.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? All of the sudden, if you don't get me this money, the fight is not even getting sanctioned. Like,
yeah, for real, for real. And your kid's young enough to where he can make 35, but enter the ring at 160.
for real, bro, he's as big as Crawford.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Nova, and here's the thing though, this guy was for 8 years at 135 being this big. Ask yourself questions.
Yeah,
Teofimo Lopez is 21 fights, 22 fights or something. Move up as soon as he was like 17 or 18 fights, right?
they all had to move up.
Yeah, but Devin Haney was like 28 fights deep into 135, man. Come on. Unless he has a little bit of boots anything in him, never
Yeah,
make him.
that's what I suspect. Like nowadays, I've just seen enough to where I'm like, I don't trust what I hear you tell me they weigh. I don't know
Listen, he will never challenge for the WBA belt. The only reason he was undisputed is because Camboso has the rest of the belts, but he will never do it. Go for another belt.
Yeah,
The whole Lomachenko shit was a cop out. He's running from me. I'm the mandatory now, bro. Nah, bro. The WBC took that belt from Lomachenko because
yeah. He
that.
could have fought Loma. He had that opportunity handed to him on a silver platter, and turned it down for in exchange to get an email belt.
And then he got injured of the Santiago fight, and then that's all she wrote. That never happened until like recently, and he got robbed. Like,
Yeah,
so,
but and that is why I just don't feel bad. I don't like. I don't care if Ryan did anything. It's like, yeah, you just got to taste your own medicine. Deal with it. Like,
I mean, here's the thing, though. Again, you have all this money. You Ryan Garcia. You don't get positive for all these days, right?
yeah,
Before all the scandal happened, your brother claims. I'm talking about Devin Haney's brother. Your brothers claim that Allah, quote unquote, fake glass Muslim, Allah revealed you that he's gonna test positive.
I know, right?
It was like on the 23rd. It was like, oh, he's gonna test positive. Allah talked to me like, uh-huh. Like all of a sudden, boom, for Austrian, among all the drugs, the one actually can get you, you know, because the thing is, I think the whole thing they're trying to do, like you remember Eubank, I think it was Eubank, not Eubank, what was the guy? He's a cruiserweight now. Fuck, Jack,
Callum?
huh?
Callum?
No, no, he's now based from Dubai.
What?
Badu Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, Badu Jack, he had a draw years ago and he got overturned, but it was a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
means it could be anybody's fight. But the thing was like super dirty on that shit. You know, he was like used to the gills.
Yeah, yeah. You were telling me about that. I found that interesting that they gave him a win uh, just because it was ruled a draw. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
but I
that's
get
really weird.
yeah, but I kind of sort of get if it's a draw, because draw is like any fight is fight.
No,
It's a
yeah,
tie.
I
Well,
understood.
you gonna tell me you
In
gonna
other words, like,
overturn a whole fucking victory?
yeah, and an ass whooping too.
And the funny, yeah, because it's not the New York Athletic Commission. It's the Devin Haney's attorney who's asking for that.
Yeah.
The New York Athletic Commission, and they can only go as far as suspend them or ban them from New York.
And what happened with the last commissioner from New York just retiring as this scandal was like breaking? That
Of
was
course,
weird to me
because
too.
he don't want to, he doesn't want
He
to know
don't want to be
nothing about those
involved.
cases.
Yeah, he don't
Because
want to
he
be involved with whatever fuckery they were doing.
again, it's a lot of dirt behind the Haney's, the whole
Yeah,
WBC thing and all that. You don't want to be involved in that snack.
that's
Guto
and that,
Conte,
thank you.
nah,
Right, that signifies clearly that the commissioner was like, "Yo, I want no parts of what you
nah, I'm
guys have
out.
planned. I'm
I'm
stepping
out.
back." Thank you. That's all. That's all it said to me too. Was this guy was or lady? I think it was a woman. Actually, was like, I want no parts of what you guys got planned. I'm done. I'm
Oh,
stepping back.
hell no.
Tired.
I'm gonna take care of my grandsons. Bye.
Yeah, you're not, because what's going to happen, and what she was thinking was going to happen was this is all going to, we're going to do some bullshit. It's going to get exposed, and then you're going to dump it all on my lap. Fuck.
Nah, listen. Also, boxing overall is getting to its end, bro. Well, not to its end, but like it will be a shift, and I think this whole Devin Haney will be like the spark of it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you pushed this, what I would just call bitch shit. You pushed that nonsense too far, and now it's like rebounding back. Yeah. And and just think, look, guys, the reason I bring up the retiring, what would be so bad that it would make you say, I will literally rather retire from a government appointed position over this possible scandal than deal with it? I would rather just step back.
Something that would affect my retirement, though.
Yeah, something really bad, maybe even criminal, right? So now it gets you really wondering, like, wait, is what Ryan's saying 100% truth? Like, I didn't take anything. This
I
is
mean,
a frame job. You know,
I mean, listen, I'm not on the side of Ryan Garcia by any means. You know,
I'm not either. I'm not either.
if he's
But
dirty, he's
you
dirty.
gotta
But
question it. You gotta question it.
and listen, Austerine, you're gonna get popped for Austerine? Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's like the cheapest of the cheapest. Like,
exactly.
no. Like, no. You have somebody who's worth millions of dollars and is gonna get caught for like Austerine? Nah. Of course, he was contaminated.
Yeah, there's plenty of things you could just. I mean, come on. There's too many undetectables. Too many guys who know how to beat the test.
They
And you
just
got
desperate.
millions
They
of dollars. 50 grand, you'll beat any test. Like anyone will have you ate clean for 8 weeks straight, taking whatever you want. So yeah, it's a little weird. And no, everyone wants to just the crazy thing to me is someone like, why do you okay? Because Dan Raphael put a tweet out that says so and so says Ryan's dirty. All right, Vada in the WBC says Ryan's dirty. And Ryan says, but I'm not. I didn't take anything. All right. What makes Dan Raphael or Vada and the Suleiman any more credible Like, and I'm just gonna keep it real. Any more credible than me or Ryan being like, but I didn't. Like, but I didn't.
Nothing.
Because nothing. Like can you show me the test? Like, show me the actual test and why. Like, it's saying not just like a sheet of paper being like 0N/L dash. Like, one man was like, no. I mean, actually prove to me that can you do that? Can you prove it? I don't know. So it really, like, look, man, this shit is so much more complicated than people like to pretend it is.
It is. It's run so much deep, man.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, though. They can only go so far for Devin because they don't want to be spokes themselves. You know what I mean? So I think after a certain point, like he will be like by himself. You know what I mean? I think that's like pretty much obvious now because if you see closely now, all of a sudden, Victor Conte, he's cleaning his hands now. He's not my guy anymore. You know, like
Yeah, hold on, real quick, because a New York State Athletic Commission job takes up so much of your time, right? That you could no longer tend to somebody. It's ridiculous there. But also, Dan Raphael's a clown. That's why ESPN. And the fact that look, I was told by someone heavily involved in this case that Dan Raphael will say anything you want for $1. Specifically by someone heavily who's.
I mean, that's common knowledge, though. Like,
I know, obviously, right? So that's my point. I've said this.
Then Raphael.
Even this is while he worked at ESPN too. So
Listen,
again, why would you take anything just because so and so says it? Don't mean it's true.
Listen, then Raphael nowadays he's like a Elisabeth Beck Jr. Like
Yeah. He always has been, though. That's the thing. Like, I was told, give him a press cred, a hotel room, a girl, and a free pass to the buffet. Literally, was told that, and a free pass to the buffet. He'll do anything you want.
Oh God!
And I've said this publicly numerous times. He knows it. Like, it is what it is. Like, he knows what he does. We all know what he does. So, like, don't deny it. And this is while he was the top guy at ESPN as well.
The top dog, yeah.
Yeah, so don't think just because someone has an ESPN by their name that they're fucking credible. Because they're not.
Especially in boxing, man.
Yeah, especially.
That's what you know the correction was.
I think we just think, especially boxing, because we're too familiar with it. I highly doubt the NBA, the NFL, the NHL is any different.
It's not. Look at LeBron James right now. The dude is allowed to even build his own rosters. He has an agency who hires all the NBA players.
Yeah. For real.
Let us sink in. You and the other superstar in your team are handled by the same agent. What the fuck is going on? Anthony Davis handled by LeBron's best friend or whatever he is. Marvin Carter. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's you can do that. Like, you just don't. He's allowed to like draft his son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah. It's no longer.
He knows he's no Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He will never will be. So he's just trying to build like a fairy tale story.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's not about Dan. Dan didn't get fired from ESPN because he was a clown. They had him and Mannix. This is the real reason. They had him and Mannix. They only need one guy. And Mannix had the better connections. That's the reason. It ain't got nothing to do with like one guy was better than the other.
I detest Chris Mannix, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I've never liked the guy. I've met him. He's a snob. He's a fucking snob.
Listen, as much as I put a lot of dirt on Dan Raphael, I like him more than fucking Chris Mannix.
Well, I'll say this: I've met both of them. Dan was a dude's dude. Dan was like cool in person. I mean, like I met
the guy.
He's a cool dude. You'll have fun with him. Mannix, snob, not cool. You won't have any fun with him. He's not.
The only thing about Dan is like he don't mind being a sellout, but other than that,
Exactly. Yeah.
but other than that, like nah, like the dude is not cool. Like
Yeah, exactly. That's I couldn't put it any better. Yeah,
like
he'll
if
sell out for the dollar, but you understand that about him, so you know who you're dealing with. It's like,
look at the difference. Look at the difference. Ellie Setback is not allowing many gyms. He's allowing every single gym. Other
Yeah.
than online people, nobody talks ill about him.
yeah.
Just like Rick Glacier, like
No, that's the way it is. Yeah, it is. Like, there's
And here's the thing:
there's
somebody
plenty
heard
of
something
people-
negative
there's
about
plenty of
somebody.
people I'm like, no, dude's cool, but in regards to this boxing issue or whatever, I disagree. You know.
No, yeah. He because sometimes he made up stuff just to be a sensationalized shit.
Yeah, but I can even go to like officials, like referees or something, or a judge. So I'm like, you're such a fucking sellout. But when you talk to him, you're like, yeah, but you're an alright dude. I get it. You're just a fucking sellout. You're like, I don't care about this boxing shit, bro. I'm in it for my family or whatever connection got me in this, but I don't care about it. Like, this is just a hustle to me, bro. And it's like,
He
all
was
right, I
so
understand that, and I can respect it. Like, I don't agree with it, but I understand it. So
yeah. That's the like that's like the line
it's a
point of like I don't
perspective
like
thing.
it but I respect it.
Yeah, it's a perspective thing, man. We come from different backgrounds. It is what it is.
No,
But
because at the end of the day, that's how you feed your family, and I will never
yeah,
take like that from you. Like
exactly.
it's never personal. You know what I mean?
But just don't
That's when
treat
you
me
know
like
like
an
it's a
asshole.
manly thing. That's when you
Yeah,
know it's
just don't
manly.
treat me like an asshole. Like,
Exactly.
don't call me and tell me it's raining. If you're just like, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's fucked up, right? But that's what I do. It's like, all right, cool. I respect that. Yeah. But don't tell me I'm dumb or I don't know what I'm looking at or whatever. Just don't treat me like an asshole.
Don't tell me that PVC is the best shit ever. Like
Yeah. You're like, yo, we're just here to hustle. We're here trying to make some money. Like, all right, cool. Understood.
And Dan Raphael, he's one of those guys who makes a YouTube channel, bro. He blows up. Absolutely, he blows up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
If he talks ill about like one of these like annoying answers like Aki TV or like Fanon, they done.
Done. Yeah.
Done.
I look, I experienced this. You said you found this community like relative to the pandemic. Well, before the pandemic,
Yeah, by Glovegate. Yeah, by Glovegate.
yeah, before that, I was like going like head to like arguing like daily with Dan Raphael. I saw what he could do myself, like personally, over when he called Alexander Petvetkin, and he should be banned for life, and all this because he took some money from PBC to back up Wilder.
Of course.
What the
Listen.
truth and the evidence didn't matter at all. Even like Povetkin even won in the court of law in New York, the Eastern District of New York. It didn't matter. It was just what the more eyeballs saw on Twitter, really.
Dog, like they were trying to save Wilder's life. That's what we're trying to do. They were trying to keep him PBC Island.
Absolutely.
And that was like the perfect occasion, like to do it. Like, oh, let's put like extra there on this guy.
Bro,
Don't
he had to
postpone
go
the
to
fight.
Russia and fight Povetkin. Like, he
Don't
was
wait for-
getting smoked.
You know what, Anthony? Don't wait for
He never
for-
even Wilder never even went to Russia. He never even
Listen,
left England.
do not wait for.
Because
do
once
not-
he got into Russia, he wasn't getting out without fighting. That was the reason.
Oh hell no! And here's the thing, though. Don't fight Povetkin. Don't wait for Povetkin, right? He got suspended for like 6 months or 8 months. Don't wait for him. Fight for tomato cans.
And
Instead.
avoided him for a while before that too.
Nah, he forgot about his name.
He wanted nothing to do with Povetkin, man. Nothing.
Nada.
Nothing.
Absolutamente nada. Like
And
nothing.
that was like it was clear that was one of the first cases where you actually
And Povetkin at the time.
where you saw drug testing. We saw drug testing get weaponized like big time in that fight. Like, oh wow, you earned this title The VADA and the clean boxing program even stated like he took meldonium when it was legal to take it. It just has a long half-life, so it was in the system for some months. The test, and they're like, yes, this is half-life results because it actually can stay. The science backs this up. It sounds wild, but it can. Meldonium stays in your system for some months. It can, or it does. It's a long half-life. And Vado was like, yeah, this is half-life residual trace amounts. And they're still like, ban him for life. Ban him for life. It was wild. I mean, I talked to Goodman personally, and she said, no, this is not cheating. There's nothing like that. And yeah, ban him for life. Calls coming from ESPN, Dan Raphael. Unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So when I see this stuff happen now, when I'm like, but I know how fake it gets, even when like mainstream news sources are talking about drug tests and this, it's like, well, I've talked to the actual expert who did the testing on like this in the past. And
I talked to that guy who handled the piss cups.
Yeah, who did this sample, and they told me it's all bullshit. So it's like anytime I hear about it in the future, I'm like, well, now I know how to look into it. One, but I know instantly I should probably think it's bullshit because it could be bullshit. They do promote it when they know it's bullshit. They will tell you it's not, even though they know for a fact because Dr. Margaret Goodman, the head of VADA, told ESPN it's bullshit, and they still tell you it's not bullshit.
Listen,
crazy.
Anthony, don't even go that far. Let's go back to Fury. Why did it happen to Fury? I'm explain you why. Fury got banned just like Conor banned from the UK, right? You put Fury into a plane to fight him in America, didn't you? When he was 400 pounds, because he was a cheater back then, right?
Yeah.
But he ate like some boar testicles or some shit, allegedly. You flew Tyson Fury down to America, thinking he was a cherry pick.
Exactly.
Nobody gave a bone to Tyson Fury, but this guy,
Fresh off the couch.
fresh off the couch, fresh off the coke, the rehab, everything,
Yeah, fresh out the mental institution.
a divorce as well,
Yeah.
everything,
Yep,
everything,
you name it, everything.
everything, and you put this motherfucker back into the fucking map, man. I blame the Alto Wilder, man. I blame the
Yeah, but yeah, and again, like I
Nobody
can,
gave in a bone, man.
I
Nobody
can
gave in a
remember
bone.
moments. I can remember guys like Fernando Vargas. I was rooting for him. I knew he was on the juice versus De La Hoya, and I didn't care. I was like, take it, beat this motherfucker's ass, and he gets
Yeah,
knocked
so what?
stupid. Right?
Yeah, but the thing is, everybody knew Oscar was on coke. So what?
Yeah, and it didn't help him though, did it?
Oh
It's like
hell
it
no,
might make you look better, like you look like you're in better shape, but you still got fucked up.
Anthony. Nobody cares. You can't knock out somebody on coke. That's it. You can be with whatever you want. Like, are you kidding me?
Yo, anytime Oscar let a punch go, he gave himself instant coke jaw. Just lock
Hell
jaw
yeah.
and squeeze that neck, bit that mouthpiece. You are not hurting that fool.
Oh hell no. Oscar had an iron chin, man. The only time he got stabbed was to the body of like he was old, but never to the shin. Do you remember Oscar De La Hoya being knocked down?
Corte, that's about it.
Say it again, Corte, who ended up being what, a middleweight?
Big
Hello?
ass.
Yeah, hello.
And he got right up and dropped Corte too.
Because it was a flash knockdown.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Just like Better Beef got knocked down. What's a flash knockdown? Everybody, oh, he's chinny. He's not fucking chinny. Like, when you get hurt, you're aware of the powers, and you don't go beast mode. You know what I mean?
I can
He
only speak from my
he put his ass
experience.
up and he went beast mode.
Like, man, I've seen so many world champions who were like bad. I mean, bad. Like, while they're champions, bad
God,
on drugs, man. It so much so that it's really like flip a coin. It's like 50-50, I guess.
For real.
It's crazy.
Listen, you live in a sport who's still extreme, man. So
That's what it is. It's like,
your entire life will be like that, man.
look, you
You
hear this all the time, and it's what you just said. It's these extreme, whether it's like Navy SEALs or Hell's Angels. You hear they're blowing lines and drinking. As soon as they get back from a mission, they're going nuts. Like, they party hard, work hard. It's pretty crazy, but it seems there's a correlation there. They just do everything to extremes.
Yeah, because they don't know if they're going to live for tomorrow. That's the whole point.
For whatever reason, that's what they do it for. I mean, they definitely go all out. I mean, I can name like the greatest fighters to me. Like, I won't count Ali, even though I know because his autobiography it says he would do amphetamines, but I'll scratch that. It is not necessarily recreational. But guys like Duran and Leonard, you can go all the way back to like LaMotta and Sugar Ray, because just count alcohol or whatever the drug of choice of their era was, or it's the same thing. I mean, Tyson. I mean, if you like the best, like literally to me, like Leonard and Duran are like as fucking good as you get, along with like Pacquiao used. Ali, I'll exclude him. Not necessarily recreational, but you get the point, man.
You see all the guys you mentioned, Anthony. What and now compare that to like let's say like Mayweather, Devin Haney, guys, or Shakur Stevenson, guys who've been pampered since they were little.
Yeah,
That guys that actually had the chance to just be focused on boxing.
Different animals.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, they're animals. Like animals in comparison to like fluffy little kittens.
Anthony, this is something that I mentioned in my gym. When was the last like guys from this generation? I will say 25 and down. That have you see throwing a jab and peel the jab, which is when you return your hand, you pretty much mimic like you like pairing a jab.
Yeah.
Like Roberto Duran used to do. Motherfucker was a lightweight, ended up his career a light heavyweight, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, I'd really have to go back to the 90s to be able to start rattling names. But I was just talking about this, like, man, just seeing Duran even at such an old age, messing around with AJ. I was like, just look how effortless he makes everything look. Like
it was all as fuck, and these guys were barely competing with these guys.
I know, right? Everything was so efficient, just minimal movement. It was brilliant, man.
And these motherfuckers are trying to compare a tank with Duran. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. It's wild.
Maybe they might be the same height, but nah. Nah.
All the hardcore boxing heads seem to respect Duran like tremendously. But in terms of like that guy should
Duran was so
respect because he's
arguably
the GOAT, bro. He's arguably the GOAT. he
Anthony,
has a real argument.
Go ask Ray Lerner, who beat him twice. Go ask Ray Lerner if he would have fight with Duran in the inside.
Yeah.
Go ask him. He said every single time, every time he hit me, I felt like my teeth would lose. And at the end of every single round, I will ask my coach if my teeth was still there. Like, like no, fam. And he was a small dude, 130-pounder against a welterweight.
Little guy.
Yeah. He was never mentioned about weight bullying, none of that. He was behind a paycheck and an arrogant motherfucker. That's it.
I love like a guy like Roman Gonzalez in this era, right? he's phenomenal to me. Was phenomenal to me. But to keep it a buck,
Chocolatito, hell yeah.
Roberto Duran is like it's like Roman Gonzalez on meth. he's
On steroids.
he's a fucking whole other animal. This is a whole other animal.
No, these guys, they don't understand, man. They don't. Like, they think because, and here's it, and there's a reason why, because and this is something that I make myself. A lot of these new boxers, they do a lot of what I call hip hop boxing. What it looks nice, what it looks swaggy, but it doesn't really do anything in the ring, you know?
Yeah, it might look cool, but what's it really doing?
It's a lot of swag, but not a substance, you know? It's just,
Yeah, dude, this is. I'm not trying to go here, but it's like white men can't jump. When Woody's like, you'd rather look good and lose than look good and win. Like, I'm sorry, but it's true. It's like,
remember the Great White Hype? This is like this is when I see them in Haney. That's like what I think about, like the Great White Hype.
Yeah, that's why I used to. I still do. I get so mad with these guys, like keeping their hands down, trying to be all flashy with this exaggerated movement. I'm just like, put your hands up, fire a piston jab out there. What are you doing? Like, get to the basics. These guys are like 15 years deep in a career.
I hate when they say, "Oh, he has Devin Haney has a great jab." Motherfucker, that's a stepping jab. After the third round, it's not working anymore. Have you peeped? Have you peeped? It's a stepping jab. You know what stepping jab is? You remember how he got caught by Ryan Garcia? Because he's stepping on his fucking punches. That's why. If you step with your punches, you get time. That's it. Stepping jab works until it doesn't.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what the hell you're talking about, man. I really like you coming on here, honestly. The stuff with, you guys are talking about Mayweather. Do you think Mayweather's really stuck in hotel lockdown in Saudi Arabia or whatever? He was. There's no doubt he was. I heard he's out now.
I mean, what I heard is like he actually wanted to like leave the place without pain, something like that. It's like too many rumors, but I don't really think it's not. I don't think so.
Well, I would just say this.
But in that world, he's nothing. He's nobody, you know.
Yeah, I would look. Once Floyd was able to leave, and I believe he has been able to leave now. Once he would like get back to the States, get with his team, they're going to put out like a promotional press run, basically to be like, "This is what really happened." Don't believe anything you hear now. It's all lies. Believe whatever the fuck we were hearing. For like
I think he's just gonna stay quiet, like for a little bit, because he's gonna do like another exhibition with Victor Ortiz or something. Like he's just gonna stay quiet. But I think Mayweather is one of those guys who like he never thought about like life after retirement. He strike me like one of those guys. Like he's now like with nothing to do. You know what I mean?
Now, this is this sort of, we got robbed of like decades of fantastic boxing. He goes, the Great White Hype is a myth. If there was no Cold War, the Eastern European Soviet bloc would have been winning championships and knocking out Duran. I won't go that far, but they would have been competing, right? And we would have had, I mean, you can just go look back at what I did just to see, like, to imagine what the level of competition would be like. Was seeing what the Eastern Bloc was doing to Western nations in the Olympics. And I was like, really the only way we could measure what they would have done in the pros, I guess. And they were fantastic in the Olympics. They were doing just
also what happened is remember everything changed after 9/11. So the visas were actually harder to get to come to America or out of America, you know. Back then, you couldn't get like a Ecuadorian idea. You couldn't get into America. Like, it was not an issue.
Yeah.
But now, after that, like 9/11 bullshit, they make everything harder for like even Americans to get out of the country. That you actually need to get a visa. You know what I mean? Because the thing that used to happen before is you can travel and then like you can request the visa if you have like an American embassy in that particular country. But now it's like the embassy have been taking more of a control of the airlines and stuff.
And whatever happened with that? There was that report last stream I was on. In the middle of the stream, someone said reports were coming out. Heyman was being accused. It was Steve. I think even Steve Kim said something about it.
He's being accused of a lot of shit, man. Because he been embezzled all his fighters' money, man.
Yeah. That's
The reason he's been getting away with a lot of shit is because, like, let's be honest, most of these fighters that
they're happy to not fucking fight anyone. It's twofold. One,
and like they're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, if you know what I mean. Like Adrian Broner, the Charlos, come on. Like,
yeah. I mean, you just throw them some money and say sign this, and more is to come. They'll sign it.
If you peep, the other guys only were there like Sapphire to fight basics, Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas, you know, because nobody's gonna sign that fucking bullshit. that dick in the booty contract that they were signing. Look at Andrew Broner now fighting on Duncan.
I know, right?
Yo, when I heard that shit, I thought it was a joke. I was like, Duncan? I'm motherfucking dead.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Don's face, I was like, oh my God, who let this man back in the mix, man?
Anthony, when I heard that news, I work in Manhattan, right? I live in Jersey. Like, I live like 15 to 20 minutes from Manhattan, right? I didn't take the train or the bus. I took an Uber to rush home just to see that press conference. I was like, nah, he's not alive. I thought it was. I wanted to see him. I was like, nah, you're lying.
Yeah, he's still coherent. Like I thought he was like, a lazy boy just eating pudding.
Nah, but also I feel sorry for him just a little bit, because I think I saw like this quote unquote like face off, which looks cheap as hell. It looked like they were like some random conference room.
It looked so cheap.
Yeah, somebody was recording with a phone, and they were just arguing in front of Don King, pretty much like two kids arguing in front of their dads. Like,
they were in like
and Duncan.
They were in like a conference room.
Yeah, like a regular ass like corporation or like office conference room where everybody says that.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, I think Duncan, he just like spaced out. Then he starts just talking about random bullshit. all of a sudden, he was talking about segregation, and like I was like, what? Like, what the fuck it has to do with anything, bro? with the voice things, like what? Like,
he's
but
like,
also
worked on
but I'm gonna tell you something though. Everybody in that room was like on all of them. You know what I mean? Like, wow, this is Duncan. Like everybody didn't even pay attention to all the guys. Everybody was taking pictures of Duncan.
No, you're right. I probably would be too.
Me too. Oh shit, man. I'm like, I know he's a scumbag, but fuck, like Duncan.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, this motherfucker's gonna die maybe tomorrow. Of course, we're gonna take a picture with this guy. Like, of course. Like,
for real.
Don King? Because I'm not saying like a scumbag. I'm saying a piece of history. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, man, I'm gonna tell my kids about what this dude.
Everyone.
You see that dude that looks like one of your uncles? Yeah. That he's a scumbag. But he was a good scumbag. How is that possible? Let me explain you something, kid. You see these fights nowadays? The Teletubbies against nobody? Yeah, that was done back in the days.
He robbed them, but he gave us what we wanted.
Yeah, but none of those motherfuckers are related to me. I'm sorry. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, man. Like I love Mike Tyson and everything, but like he lived well.
Yeah, and let's be real. Like Don can be a thief, but you still shouldn't be like hurting for money. No matter how much he steals from you, you should have still been fine.
At the end, because Lennox Lewis is not hurting for money.
For
Ivan
real.
the Holyfield is not hurting for money that much. I mean, they'll have a legacy, which you never go broke with a legacy, but in my opinion, at least, because Mike
No,
Tyson went broke gastronomically levels, but he was rich.
they'll always have thousands in their pocket. No
Listen, Hulu make a whole series about him, and then they didn't pay a penny.
and they can just do like speaking tours and shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna be hurting for money.
No, like bro, that's what I'm saying. Like Mike Tyson is not broke anymore. He made a podcast that make a lot of fucking money. Even YouTube is was like, no, like we have to pay you money aside. Like you should close it because nobody's looking at the other podcast. And he made so much money of like the copyright things. Like he's good.
Oh yeah.
And now, and here's the thing though, it's funny now that you mentioned Mike Tyson because he has a coming fight with the YouTuber guy, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like the Jake Paul is taking it seriously because he's so nervous, and Mike Tyson he just he just he just happy to be there, like. But he's not taking him serious. He's like, bro, you couldn't knock out a small ass Nate Diaz, and I was like, oh my god, he's right. Thank you, Mike. You couldn't knock out 140 Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
You gonna knock out Javier, man.
On one leg.
Yeah, one leg. You gonna knock out Javier, man. Come on, bro. He shut up after that. Evander Holyfield knocked you out. Yeah, Evander Holyfield. But you know the Evander Holyfield. You know the banda. You know the banda. Here's and what's said by Mike Tyson? Like, you know who Evander Holyfield is, man?
I know, right?
Like, bro. Like, I know he want to say that. Like, do you even know who that is? Like, well, everybody's giving props. Alexander Usyk of doing. He did it 20 years ago. All right, like.
Yeah, there's a reason Usyk got all giddy when Holyfield came in his locker room.
I would have get too. Oh my god, man, you crazy? Evander Holyfield? He's so underrated, man. To this day, I still watch fights from him. He was a combination of a good fighter, never give up, dirty too, because he used to live with his head a lot of times. But
yeah,
man, his combinations were gold, man. So underrated combination puncher, man.
I was just watching like 1 minute.
And his defense was underrated too. I was
watching a 1 minute short with my son of highlight, just a 1 minute highlight of Bo, of Holyfield unloading on Bo.
Oh my
God. Son.
Which one?
After I think it was their first fight, but the highlight. But after like just 15 seconds, because every time Holyfield would land a punch, I'd go boom, 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 boom. He was like, what the hell is happening? Like he couldn't imagine heavyweights throwing these amount of punches, let alone landing.
Oh no, man. Oh god, no. They were like actual fights. Like, and here's the thing though. There were so much going on on a microscopic level. Like if you put in slow motion a heavyweight fight back then, and heavyweight fight now, something that you're gonna notice is 8 out of 10 guys from now, they're not gonna move their heads.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's going on with fighters nowadays. They don't move their fucking heads. Especially again the young guys. Shakur, Devin, they don't move their fucking heads. That's why they don't have power, and that's why they get caught all the time with silly shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of just left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook. It really was, especially Holyfield.
Yeah, because he was a smaller guy either way. Like like over right hands, left hooks.
Yep.
Put his forearms on top of his head and crush down.
Crab shell. Yep. March forward, just eating hammers. Boom, boom, boom.
He was a the if Knucklehead had a picture, that would be awesome.
Indestructible.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever got knocked out, did he? I think it was like at the end maybe, but when he was like
He got
him, I don't know.
stopped. He got stopped. Yeah, he got stopped a couple times. One way at the end, James Toney stopped him, I believe.
Yeah, but that was like at the end.
Yeah. And then he had that heart palpitation thing from too many steroids.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That guy. Yeah, it's hard to stop him.
What now? Like those two occasions, but you can tell like in his prime, nobody couldn't stop him. Like like it was like a Triple G type of the guy. Like like you're just gonna stop him. That's like Canelo, Triple G. Like you just don't gonna stop those guys.
No, you're not. You're not.
Like you won't. Like you just won't.
Yeah, it's like when they're regardless.
Like they hide. Like that's the funny thing. They hide their shins really well. Like just like Loma, but they also can take a fucking shot. Yeah, which is like, you're not gonna stop the guy. Like, you better be just a good boxer, and that's it. Like, you're not gonna stop him.
Yeah, just points. Even Fury landed on Usyk. Great defense, but when he does get walloped, still will take it.
Yeah, that's why the uppercut hurt him.
Yeah.
I got a few body shots.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he was hurt a few times there. I thought he was hurt at least twice to the head and twice to the body.
I mean, he's suspected,
Yeah, for sure.
It's a fight.
yeah, exactly. That's what I did expect, absolutely, and I expected him to overcome it.
It's just people sometimes they be so used to be like, how you call it, mismatches.
Yep.
Like they're not accustomed to see like, okay, they're supposed to be hurt, my guy. Is the whole question is when?
And you know what I mean? You got hurt.
I was new Fury. Yeah, exactly. Like, but I always knew Fury can even stop Usyk. Like, it never was a question in my mind. But it just like the question was like when and if he does, like if he's gonna take advantage of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have, because that's the thing about Fury. He moves really well and fast backwards, but forward, like he's stuck on his own feet.
Yeah, he gets real sloppy. He gets real sloppy.
Yeah, like he moves nasty backwards, but forwards, nah. And he was trying to counter punch a lot.
Okay. Hey, I gotta get off here, guys.
Nah, me too, man. I have to walk my dog now.
Here. Hopefully,
and it was a pleasure, man. Thank you, man.
Oh, dude, thank you for coming on. Great conversation.
You, man.
A lot of good information. Appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Yeah, no doubt.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too.
God bless.
Bro. Welcome anytime. God bless you too. God bless everyone else. Have a good night. I'll jump on when I can, guys. Have a good one. And again, God bless you all. Have a good night. Take care. Peace.